Hello. Hello. Testing, testing. Can you people hear me? I hope so. Testing, testing. Can you people hear me? I hope so. Testing, testing. Can you people hear me? I hope so. Okay. Okay. And I am live. I am live. I'm going to post a link for those that are coming. And I am live. I am live. I'm going to post a link for those that are coming. I am live. I am live. I'm going to post a link for those that are coming. Let me get the link up. Let me get the link up. Get the link up. Give me a second, people. I'm trying to do this like backwards. Give me a second, people. I'm trying to do this like backwards. For Pete's sakes. For Pete's sakes. What have I done now? This is getting annoying pretty quick. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Getting annoying pretty quick. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Okay. We're good. Okay. We're good. Okay. We're good. Frickin' StreamYard. Frickin' StreamYard. Hello. I can't hear Naz. How come I can't hear Naz? Hello. Can't hear Naz. How come I can't hear Naz? Naz, have you got sound? I hear nothing. How come I can't hear Naz? Naz, have you got sound? I hear nothing. Can anybody else hear Naz? If you guys can hear me, say something in the chat, please. And if you can hear Naz, please say something in the chat. Testing, testing. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, so you heard me, but not Naz. Okay, let's get Naz back in and try again. Okay. Anything. Naz, did you check your... Speak, Naz, speak. Can you hear me, Naz? Can you hear me? Naz, did you check your... Speak, Naz, speak. Yeah, no audio for Naz. Everybody can hear me, but they can't hear you. Yeah, no audio for Naz. Everybody can hear me, but they can't hear you. Naz, try to go without the headphones. Just try to use your phone as is. Because we can't hear you. No audio for Naz. Go without the headphones. Just try to use your phone as is. Because we can't hear you. No audio for Naz. Close YouTube, Naz. This is getting frustrating.
Anthony.
Okay, we got you. Can you hear
You got
me?
me. Oh my God, I can hear you.
But now my freaking browser's all screwed up here.
Okay, well, at least we got audio. That's something.
Bear with me, people. Bear with me. I'm trying to fix this mess. What the
Hang
hell's
tight.
going on?
Is anyone out there?
Oh my God. For fuck's sakes. My whole thing's gone for shit. Welcome to frickin' Halloween. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Oh my God, the freaking technical bullshit. I had to like freaking load it all and all this shit.
Are we good?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. I'll wait for you. No worries.
Yeah, talk to the people while I just reset all the camera now and everything. Since
Hey,
I had to
everyone.
mess up everything.
We're going to let Anthony, y'all see. Hope everyone's doing well. I don't know how many people are watching because I can't see that thing. I think Anthony can see that. But if you're out there, happy Halloween, everyone. I think Anthony's got some surprises for y'all. I have things to show.
Okay.
I have
Is that
things to
good?
show.
You guys can hear me? It's good?
I can hear you.
Looks good? Picture's good?
Looks good to me.
All right. Holy crap, the work trying to get that going.
Are we here? All right.
We are here.
We're here. All right.
Happy Halloween, everyone. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Been a frustrating and busy day. Oh, I forgot my hey, dog. Bad dog. Bad dog. Where are you, dog? All right. Everybody hear everything? All right.
All right.
Shut up, dog. Bad dog. I might have to shut him up. Are you done? Thank you.
All right.
Welcome to Halloween, people.
Look at that. That's awesome. So I'm watching it. If anyone's wondering why I'm looking this way,
in the house. The coop's in the house.
I have a big screen on, so I can kind of watch this and actually read questions and stuff. But I think my TV's on like a 30-second delay here.
I'll have to go. Excuse me for not posting your comments up there because I have to read them on my iPad, and then I got to run over to my phone to bring people into the stream. So it's going to be a little bit crazy because I needed room to set all this crap up and all these dead guys here. All these guys here. This guy's got a spike in it. He's got a spike in his head, and I don't know what the hell's going over there. I think it's Hellraiser or something. But I had to put this all together real fast because I was kind of bummed out all day, and I had to pull myself together and get ready for this stream. I don't know where the day went.
Tell me about it.
Like, I don't know where the day went. Let me check I think we might have some more guests waiting to come on.
I hope everyone's, I hope there's people watching.
Yeah, I'll just start with the two of us to start and wait till there's a few more people.
Yeah, that's good. I think there's some stuff though that we want.
We got 19 people in here. We got 19 people watching right now.
All right, that's a
start.
Good start. Awesome.
And
awesome.
I guess, where's my sound effects? What happened to my sound effects? Is that too loud? Can you hear that? Oh, crap. Holy crap.
Oh, that's the wrong side.
I just had like lightning go off and I'm just like, okay, is that good? Is that too loud, people? Can you hear the sound effects or no?
Yeah, it's a bit loud.
Is it?
You know.
Okay, let me turn it down.
Oh, I can hear it.
I just wanted like in the background. Screams and chains.
Nice touch.
Okay. So,
cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everyone. Welcome to the Halloween stream. And before anything else, I want to say, because today we lost somebody very important, a great actor, and one of the reasons I got into music, period. My first record album was a James Bond soundtrack. My very first record album was this one right here. I've shown it before. The 10th anniversary James Bond album, which had music from all of the Sean Connery films. And that was the first album I ever owned in my life, and this is my original first copy. So it was because of James Bond music that I got interested in music and buying vinyl. And of course, today we lost Sir Sean Connery, the original, the best, the James Bond. And like I said, he was probably my favorite celebrity, whatever you want to say, my idol, my hero. I grew up with Sean and all his Bond movies and all the other great movies he did after the Bond era. And he will be missed. And I actually have been in tears on and off today, believe it or not. I threw on my James Bond album, was listening to it while I was building all this, and I actually got teary-eyed a few times. So I didn't think it would affect me so badly, but I guess, we all have our heroes. I remember Melinda Murphy when Eddie Van Halen died. She was pretty broken up, and I was pretty broken up today too. But I figured coming on this live stream is, good for the soul and to get my mind off it and this and that. But yeah, Sean Connery, the great. He will be missed. An end of an era, as David said earlier. And these are, of course, his soundtrack. The soundtracks from his films: Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, Diamonds Are Forever, and last but not least, Never Say Never Again. Here's to you, Sean. Cheers. Godspeed. We will miss you. With that being said, let's get on with the party, or whatever. So, David, I take it you have some stuff. Yes, Highlander. There's a great Sean Connery film. Highlander. The Anderson tapes. Man Who Would Be King. Of course.
The Untouchables.
Untouchables, where he won the Academy Award.
Untouchables is amazing still.
Jones in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
What, The Hunt for Red October?
Forrester, Zardoz, Outland. The list goes on and on. The Hill. Fabulous actor. So Naz, you got to start us off here. I take it you got some things. We're talking. The idea was to talk maybe some Halloween music and things that are appropriate to the season. I can think of a lot of artists.
I was going to ask you if you had any Halloween traditions that you do every Halloween.
Halloween?
Halloween traditions.
I know you've got a lot of Halloween, so I'm going to let you show the Halloween.
Well, I'm going to show. I thought I'd do something a bit different because for Halloween, I don't have any music traditions, but I have movies. But we can talk about movies as well.
Yeah, there's just. I think that certainly are highly played.
Yeah, when we get
some bands and things that are certainly highly played around this time of year on radio stations and whatnot back in the day.
Well, yes, absolutely. So maybe I'll show what I have, and then you can show what we have, and we can branch off into some music.
Yeah,
but I was going to show. This is
I will check the lobby.
This is okay. I'm going to show these while you do that. Every Halloween, I kind of have a tradition, and I have for a long time now of watching, hunkering down on my couch and watching some movies.
Hey, Naz.
Or concerts. So the first one is Alice Cooper, the Nightmare Returns tour. That was his comeback tour for the album Constrictor, and King Roberts on vocals.
To see that tour.
Yeah, but I watched that every Halloween since the DVD came out. Great concert, great concert. I think it's live in Detroit. Live in Detroit, I believe.
Yeah,
on Detroit. And this is a Halloween show. So if you can find this on DVD, King Roberts. And I'm not sure if Kip Winger was on bass for this one.
Yeah, Kip Winger and
he might have.
And Kane Roberts were in the band for both the Constrictor.
So Kip
Winger
plays bass on this one. Yeah. So I highly recommend this concert. So I watch this every Halloween.
And a highly steroided Kane Roberts.
Yeah, God, he was buff. Next one I watch every Halloween. It is music related, and this is kind of a rarity. Is Trick or Treat with. Well, they put Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne on the cover, but they are just like Ozzy's in there. Ozzy plays like a preacher, and he's in there sparingly. Gene Simmons plays a radio DJ, and he's in there sparingly. But the soundtrack for this is also done by Fastway. But to me, it's one of the best rock oriented kind of horror movies ever. Was Trick or Treat. Like I said, this is a very misleading cover on this one, but I hope if people out there have seen Trick or Treat. Like I said, the soundtrack is amazing for this album. So if you can find the soundtrack, even better. So it's a heavy metal themed movie, obviously. So how I watched that, Trick or Treat. Anthony, might know this one. Anthony, are you ready for this one?
Go Alice Cooper for this stream, as you can see.
So the hilarious House of Frightenstein.
Oh my gosh, the hilarious House of Frightenstein, a Canadian staple when I was young.
Since I was a little, I was this big when I first started watching it. That big.
Yeah, hilarious House with Billy Van.
Billy Van, the great Billy Van.
And I met Billy Van when I was a teenager. I met him at the Royal Ontario Museum one day. I was there with my friends or whatever, and Billy Van was just there. I go, hey, that's that guy from Frightenstein. And I went up, and somewhere I've got Billy Van's autograph, and I couldn't have been more than 13.
That's amazing because Billy Van is absolutely brilliant. If you don't know this, I think I've talked about this on my YouTube channel, but I don't want to go. But Vincent Price is in it, and it was kind of like you can read on Wikipedia. It has a very interesting history. It was done locally in Hamilton, I believe. But anyways, it's one of the best TV shows of all time.
I didn't know you could get that.
Well, these ones.
Is it like a best of or something, or what?
There was a series that came out a while ago, and now these sell for hundreds of dollars. So they came in
full episodes. Is it full episodes, or is it just like a best of, or what?
Yeah, no. Like this one, for instance, has four complete episodes, and it's got the complete music for the Wolfman and all that stuff.
That's
so
cool.
It's very highly recommended. And then obviously, I have to represent the original Halloween. That's my favorite Halloween movie of all time. This is a tradition since I was probably 8 when my sister first showed this to me. So I have this 25th anniversary double edition, which is actually really good. But that's a tradition. And then a newer tradition by time is Shaun of the Dead. You can't see over there, but over there on my shelf is a ton of Shaun of the Dead figures. I'm a huge fan of that movie.
Oh yeah, Shaun of the Dead is classic.
And that's one of my favorite movies of all time as well. So that's what I watch for Halloween. That's what I do every Halloween, Anthony. Is like.
Do you have trick-or-treaters this year? Do you know, are people trick-or-treating out there in Edmonton?
I mean, we'll find out. I don't know. It's a bit early right now, but I'm going to find out in about an hour and a half.
Here where I am in Peel region, they wanted people to put the kibosh on it. So, a lot of this stuff around me is normally outside, scaring people. But
I would be very surprised if I
did.
did.
Lights off out front, so. I don't think we're going to be. I didn't see very many houses decorated on my street. Not like normally.
It sounds really harsh to say, but I hope I don't have anyone at my door this year because it's just.
I'm doing the turn the lights off and all that crap. So, which is.
And actually, Anthony, we have to turn the lights off too. But we just talked to our daughter who lives in London, England, and they're having a complete shutdown again starting next Thursday. So London is shutting down again, which I think is a very smart move. I don't want people Halloween. I don't want kids coming to my door, and I don't want kids mixing and mingling and possibly getting sick. So let's hope. And it sounds like a downer because Halloween is awesome, but I say we get through this and we celebrate double next year.
It is what it is. It is what it is this year.
Right. It is what it is. Yeah.
How about you, Spalding? How about where you are, Spalding? What's going on there?
Oh, there's no restrictions. They have parades, parties, everything.
Really?
Where are you, Spalding?
I live out in
You're in Pittsburgh, right?
Like where I live, I think there's only 4 deaths from COVID and maybe 200 cases.
In your town?
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the county I live in.
Yeah, because you're where? You're somewhere outside of Pittsburgh or Philadelphia or something?
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
But you're not right in Pittsburgh, right?
No, they have weird restrictions in Pittsburgh. Like you can go to the bar and drink soda, but you can't go to the bar and drink alcohol. Like they've banned alcohol.
I don't know what the difference is. I don't know what the difference is. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's what I said. That's fucking stupid.
I guess COVID is COVID's more prevalent in booze than I guess in pop. That's weird.
I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah, here they cut. I think they cut back. Well, now everything's shut down. Like all the restaurants.
Well, Anthony,
bars and restaurants are shut down again to take out only. So
yeah, Toronto.
We're back in
for everyone.
Toronto. You know.
Yeah, for everyone out there, me and Anthony we're both from Canada, but right across Canada, the rules for COVID are done all provincially. A lot of people are misunderstanding that it's
and unfortunately Ontario and Quebec have gone right back up again. Ontario and Quebec are the hardest hit.
And we haven't yet, and I know Toronto and Quebec are horribly hit. We're not so bad up here, but hopefully it would shut us down.
To go up now too, huh? Alberta's starting to go up too.
Yeah, I wish we would shut down again. It worked, but you know the mighty dollar speaks, right? Commerce speaks, and you gotta, businesses have to open. There's some businesses that I loved and I've loved for decades that closed over this COVID thing. So it's kind of really unfortunate, but.
Hello, Peanut Gallery. I see Lisa's in the gallery. I see 45 RPM audio file. Hello to you. Hello to Jorgen S. Who else is here? Flip the disc. Hello to Flip the Disc. DJ Chanchala. I can never say your name. Chanchala. AG Mick. Hello to everybody. If I didn't say hello before, hello to everybody that's watching. We have.
Hi, everyone.
Carson Tucker in the Peanut Gallery. I think Jack's Trax is supposed to be joining us at some point. I know Jack's Trax is going to join us. And I think Mark from Project Gemini might drop by, and Robert from On My Turntable might drop by at some point too. We'll see.
Awesome.
Hey, I bought some records today.
Went
to the record store.
Bought or brought? What did you buy
she told me over 100 records, an Elvis Presley poster, and a Beatle poster promoting their last concert. $60.
Where'd you buy that from?
This place called the Laurel Mall. It's like an antique thing. Like they have like a flea market inside, and this woman has a booth of records in there, and sells them all for $1.
Sweet.
Yep. I videotaped when I was in there before, but this time had a lot better stuff. Like I think I bought 7 or 8 Diodato albums for $1 a piece.
Wow.
I mean, I like Diodato.
Diodato. Got some Diodato?
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Diodato's good. I've got quite a few of his albums. I think I was showing some on Ron Beaudry's stream the other night. He'd shown some, and then we got into talking about that stuff.
There's a Supertramp album that's sealed, and it says on the front of it, high fidelity, or what do you call it when the vinyl sounds really good? Oh,
audio file.
That's
mobile
it.
Fidelity?
Record.
Mobile Fidelity or no?
No, it just says audio file, and it says created with something. I think it's something 360 or something.
Yeah, those Supertramp A&M releases that came out as this audio file are absolutely amazing. I have Crime of the Century on that series.
Yeah,
amazing. You're gonna love it.
I paid $1 for it, and it's still sealed.
Fuck, that's amazing.
Yeah, you find good stuff at flea markets and things. I've been more lucky at flea markets with weird sealed albums that are worth way more than they should be.
Right.
Than going to like David here goes to all these thrift stores and just hits the jackpot every time he goes to a thrift store. I go to a thrift store and it's absolute crap. It's a lot of Anne Murray and Guy Lombardo and
I get those. I get those here, but you gotta wait for that shit to get to the good stuff. So
Right.
I get those
I
same
wait
things
for
here.
that shit, and the good stuff never comes. Then just more shit and more shit.
You know what's interesting, Anthony? I don't know if you know this or not, but in Edmonton or Alberta, it's a very big Ukrainian community, like very big. Now, so the density of Ukrainian polka records. If I stopped 1 week at a thrift store, I could come back with 300 Ukrainian polka albums. That's how many there are in my city. It's nuts. So anyone interested in those, you hit me up. I got those Ukrainian polka albums for you. Oh my God, by unpronounceable Ukrainian names. Unbelievable.
So Halloween music. Let's see. Well, you mentioned Alice Cooper. Yes, of course. You can't have Halloween without Alice Cooper. I mean, you can't. Welcome to My Nightmare. Alice Cooper Goes to Hell. You know, just to name a couple. You know, definitely on that vein. Of course, Alice Cooper, who would later inspire Rob Zombie. So some of you younger people probably know Rob Zombie, who was directly inspired by Alice Cooper for his music. Of course, any Black Sabbath you play today is definitely appropriate for the day.
Right.
And I never owned any Halloween. I think, David, you got some Halloween, don't you?
I got lots of Halloween.
You got lots of Halloween. It's a band I have never gotten around to yet.
It's very spotty, their catalog. It's like, you know, there's the Keeper of the Seven Keys parts 1 and 2, which are a classic. There's a couple before that are great. There's one after that that's great, and then it's spotty after that. It's hit and miss. But I highly recommend them.
Rob Zombie inspired. Just reading the peanut gallery here. Anybody that wants to come on, let me know in the chat. I only have free StreamYards. We can only have 6 in at a time. And
if there's any questions, let us know.
Yep.
One of my favorite Halloween albums, let me pull it here. It's right below me. As he smashes into the lights and everything. Kills himself. Let me find it. Entertain the folks while I find it.
Captain Spaulding, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, Mazzy, I've been a subscriber to you for about 3 years. I think since you started.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I love your videos, man.
Well, thank you. I've never talked to you before, I don't think.
And when you sit there with your cup of coffee and just go through the records you've bought, I think that's a great way to start your video, with the cup of coffee. And
that's because you film most of yours in the morning, right? Early in the morning.
It's either, my schedule has changed now for work, so I can't do that super early ones now, but I'm a little bit more awake in the morning ones. So, but yes, coffee, turn the camera on and just let it roll out, I guess. That's what I do. So I'm gonna, Anthony, since you're back, talk, and I gotta grab one of my favorite Halloween albums because I forgot to pull.
Okay, every Halloween, there's something that happened many years ago on Halloween. Everybody's aware of the story of the War of the Worlds. It was a radio broadcast. I don't remember the date. It was, I'm guessing, somewhere in the 30s, if I'm not mistaken. Might have been earlier. The War of the Worlds was a radio play, because this is long before TV or anything like that. There was a radio play, and it was called War of the Worlds, and it's told from the perspective of a reporter who's witnessing all of this stuff going on, witnessing the comet coming from the sky and crashing into the ground, witnessing the cylinder open, witnessing these Martians come out in their big tripods. And they broadcast this radio play on the radio, and a lot of people didn't realize that it was a radio play. A lot of people, if you tuned in, because it only just in the first few seconds of the broadcast, they go, we now present on tonight's episode of blah, 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 whatever the theater was, radio theater, War of the Worlds. H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. So there you go, 1938. So of course, people tuned in and thought that this was really happening. They thought that Martians were coming, that Martians had landed, that they were killing people. People actually thought this, and they panicked. The world actually panicked. People that listened to this broadcast panicked. Some people even committed suicide because they didn't want to be taken by the aliens.
That's true.
And that's a true story. So War of the Worlds, of course, and it was redone in the 50s. There's a version of War of the Worlds from the 50s, which is a classic film. And then of course Tom Cruise did his version of it. But a man by the name of Jeff Wayne in the late 70s made an album which he recorded on a 24-track tape machine. That 24-track tape machine with a lot of famous artists recorded this album. Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. And here in Toronto, when this first came out, they played it on Halloween, and they continued. Q107 would play this at midnight on Halloween every single year. They would play the entire album. And this is basically the musical version. If anybody's never heard this, you really do need to hear this. This is my original OG copy, War of the Worlds, by Jeff Wayne. Richard Burton narrates the story. And then you have David Essex singing on it. Justin Hayward, of course, from the Moody Blues. And, of course, one of my all-time favorite singers, Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy, plays Parson Nathaniel. There was Joe Partridge. Chris Thompson's on here. All-star cast of musicians perform War of the Worlds. This is it really is a fantastic album. And it's one that I always try to play on Halloween. Comes with a book of the lyrics. It's a double LP. The music continues from one track to the next, so it's not like separate songs or anything. It is a concept album. And of course, there's the booklet, all the lyrics, drawings, and it's a classic. One of my all-time favorites, Halloween spins, Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds, which was redone a couple of years ago. Let me find it here. Right here. Yeah. Okay, so this was redone by Jeff Wayne back in 2012. So
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that at all.
Jeff Wayne,
wow.
He remixed this thing a couple of times. And you can buy some remix versions on CD and whatnot. But actually in 2012, this is the original 1978, but in 2012 or 77, Jeff Wayne would redo the entire album, completely redo the entire album. And here it is again. It's called Jeff Wayne's musical version of the War of the Worlds, The New Generation.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's never been released on vinyl yet. It's in one of these digi books.
Wow.
And once again, it's got the CD. It's got a beautiful booklet. It's got a beautiful booklet in it with new drawings, ton new artwork. And it's not just like a remix or a remaster. It's a completely new version. This time having Liam Neeson doing all the narrating, taking over for Richard Burton. Wow. Liam Neeson does the narration, and you have guest stars on it this time: Gary Barlow, Ricky Wilson, Alex Clare, Joss Stone, and Maverick Sabre. So it's a completely redone, and it's really good. It is really good. Liam Neeson narrating is great. So yeah, I highly recommend that. See if you can find that on CD. Jeff Wayne's new generation of War of the Worlds.
What's Captain Spaulding hanging on to here? What do you got there? Oh yes,
that's the sticker. It says that it's pressed with the KC600.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Audio file vinyl includes singles that Trains Again, plus Walking So Long, My Kind of Lady. Put on your old brown shoes.
I'm sorry, that was a buck.
Wow.
A buck.
And it's
that is cool. That is cool. You got to listen to that one. You gotta.
Yeah, I definitely plan on opening it. I don't buy a record if I'm not going to listen to it. People are like, "Why do you open sealed records? They're worth more." I don't give a shit. If I buy it, I listen.
I don't give a shit either.
That's me. Yeah, I buy a record that's
Yeah, my house.
years. I open it. I open it and play every damn record I own.
Yeah, I don't. My house is not a museum. I play these records. I don't. You know, I don't keep them sealed. No way.
Yeah, they get opened. Who cares if the value goes down because you opened it? I buy music to listen to, not to just.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the KC 600?
The KC 600.
Yeah.
It's recorded. It says it's recorded on the KC 600.
I will post the link again.
I'm gonna guess it
wants to come in. Proghat, if you want to come in, come on in.
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna guess, Captain Spaulding, that that's maybe some kind of it was a cutting machine, or it's a mastering machine of some kind.
Okay.
But it's going to sound, like I said, I have a different one that's like that, and it's maybe one of the best pressings I have. I don't have a MoFi one, but for the price, for those audiophile ones, you can get them for. You're gonna love it. Let's put it that way. You're gonna love it.
Well, that had me hooked. I don't care who it would have been. Audiophile pressing sealed for $1. It could have been somebody farting on a snare drum, and I'd have still bought it.
That's awesome. So see, there's albums out there to find for $1.
Right.
There's stuff out there. If you go put the work in, you can find these things. So that's awesome.
Again. I keep buggering up my thing.
Aria, look at this.
Yeah, I just started my jack-o'-lantern. I'm going to be doing my show from my recliner, and I got a record shelf out there that I need to put in here to put records on. But right now, I'm setting the jack-o'-lantern on it until my show's over.
All right, Anthony, how you doing there?
Yeah, I buggered it up again.
Okay.
Now can't recognize my phone.
Hi, everyone.
My face. My phone can't recognize my face.
Oh, is that what's?
Stupid ass thing.
Are we not having comments on the screen, or is that not possible?
Yeah, I have to come over here to put the comments on the screen, so I'm just reading them off. But I'm gonna have to go out and come back in again because it's fucked up again.
Hey, Proghat.
That's fine. I'm trying to see everyone in here. Just hang on. Maybe I can turn the chat on in mine. Nope.
I'm back. Can we hear each other?
Okay, I can see if I get out of here. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Can you hear me?
We go.
Yep.
All right.
We can hear you.
See, normally I stream with my iPad. I normally use the iPad to stream for something like this, but because of my set and all that, the iPad wasn't going to work out, so I had to use a phone, which is a real pain in the ass because it's on my tripod on the other side of the couch. All right, that looks good.
Yeah, that's what I'm using too. My phone on my tripod.
I'm coming back.
Yeah, I'm using my laptop.
All right. Okay, and you're having the least problems too. You're smarter than us.
There we go.
So you're smarter than us because you're using a laptop. So obviously ours is all screwing up with the phone here. So I can't get the chat on here, but
there we go.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm just reading the chat because I can't stick it up on screen without going over the stupid phone, which is a pain. But,
okay.
Now, Naz, have you had any good luck lately at the Goodwill? You found anything, cool?
Oh yeah, I found. Well, I got a pile. I always have a pile waiting for my next video over there. I found. Yeah, I could show some people in a bit once I kind of get up and find them. Yeah, but the finds are slowing down as it does every year around this time. As it goes into winter, people aren't cleaning their houses as much. But right. I've found some interesting stuff. I'm kind of because there's no record shows and I can't sell any excess vinyl because the record shows have been canceled till next year. Right now, I'm kind of only buying what I personally want and need. So it's, there's stuff out there, but not as much as it was like a couple months ago. But I found some good stuff. I'll grab it once Anthony's all settled.
Yeah, I used to buy vinyl off of this guy, and he passed away. And his girlfriend got in contact with the woman that owns this record store where I go and buy them for $1. And she said to get in contact with me and wants me to buy all of his records. And it's like,
really?
Yeah, like a massive amount. Like he lived in one house and had a whole nother house for his record collection.
Oh, wow.
It's
I would have a heart attack looking through that.
Right, that's what I said. I'm like, I don't know if I can undertake something like that. I'm like, that's a lot of damn records.
That's a lot. You got to be dedicated for that, because that's going to take over your whole life.
Right.
That's great. Like I've bought collections which are 500 at the most because I can handle that. But that sounds like that's an insane amount of records, and I don't know if I'd ever do that.
Well, I've got a little over. I think it's a little over 7,500, close to 8,000 records now.
Okay.
The LPs and another 8,045. So to add all that shit in with what I already got, that would be like, oh my god, that would. I don't know where I would put it.
That would. Oh. No, I mean I would have no room. Well, I would be divorced first of all. I don't think my wife would pack up and go because there'd be no room in this house. Yeah, it's too bad. It sounds like you're buying them a little bit by little bit, which is more. It's more beneficial because you can kind of pick and choose what you want.
Right.
Because I assume in that whole collection, there's going to be, just from my experience, there's going to be, a lot of stuff you just don't want, and having to flip that to recoup some money maybe is really difficult.
Now, see, my thoughts was maybe go through it there and put them in boxes and go through and pick out what I want, and then have Goodwill come get the rest of the shit.
We could do that. I mean, chances are you're going to get your money's worth.
Right.
But yeah, I would just.
Once like
actually, yeah.
She said she wants to sell them cheap just to get rid of them.
That sounds like a wife who just wants to. That's what I think I'm facing when I die. My wife's just going to say, "Get this shit out of here, get it out." But yeah, that's actually a really good idea. So go through it, take what you want, and donate the rest, and you're going to get more than your money's worth, probably.
Right.
So,
like
that's a good idea.
If his I know he's a big jazz collector. He loved jazz music, like Blue Note, stuff like that. And if it's anything like I think it might be,
if that was the case, I would buy. I would buy that collection in. If there was if there was a lot of jazz in there, I would buy it then, and then I would probably do what I would probably do what you just said. I would pull that gold out of there and
dump the rest.
That sounds like a very, very nice collection.
Right.
But after this now, I'm probably close to 10,000 records, and I can't. At some point this year in 2021, I got to reduce that down because it's.
Yeah, same here.
I'm in danger of it just engulfing your whole life. So I gotta go through and do some cutthroat pulling of records and.
I've already told.
Hello, people.
Hello, people. I've already told everybody that I talk to. I'm like, if this building catches on fire, I'm going to end up dead because I'm going to be throwing records out the fucking window so they don't get destroyed.
I don't know what I would do. Because thank God the kids are moved out now, and the ammo safe. I'm running back in to get my records. I don't give a shit. So that's what I would do too, probably. Yeah. So I would probably burn to death. But
I got like 5 or 6 boxes of records that are like the most important ones to me.
Yeah.
Like ready to go out the damn door if something happens. I can just grab them and run.
that's it. Yeah, I have a similar thing. I have a carry case of all my most personally meaningful and valuable records, and that's coming with me first. And then if I have time to get the flames aren't around there yet, I'm going back in for more. So my CDs can burn. I'll give the fire my CDs.
I don't
Vinyl's
know. There's
coming
some
with me.
pretty rare CDs too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll have my good stuff. I'll have my good stuff in a similar box as well. So I'll take.
I would probably grab my CD
But
box set.
yeah,
That's what I would grab. My CD box sets.
And what happened to
that's
collection, man? That was fucking horrible. He flooded.
Oh.
He had like 5,000 records, and it flooded while he was on vacation. And he come back, and the water was like it ruined all of his collection. That would drive me nuts.
Steve Carlson, you mean?
Huh?
Steve Carlson, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah, I know, huh? What a disaster that was. Yeah, he had the dam burn overflow or something, right?
Yep.
That's horrible.
Thank God I don't live near any dams.
You know what that made me. You know what, guys? You know what that made me do is and I'm going to do a new room tour video right away, but I'll show it on my room. I've put all my shelving units and my stereo racks and speakers up on hockey pucks because that for stereos it's supposedly it helps with absorption, but it lifts it off the ground.
Didn't you show me a few months ago you mopping up a flooded record area?
Yeah.
I remember.
So what I've done is
you sent me some pictures going, this is what I'm cleaning up right now.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously Alberta, it's Alberta. The chance of getting a major flood is slim, but I've put all my stuff up about 4 or 5 inches on hockey pucks or whatever double hockey pucks and so I'm ready now. So if it floods a little bit, I'm good because I couldn't handle that. I'd rather have a fire where it's all gone. I don't see it. I would rather that than coming into a flood and seeing all my records just damaged, like sitting in your face.
And then you got to deal with it all.
Yeah. So Anthony, I'll be right back in 2 minutes. I'm gonna grab some stuff to show. Is Captain Spaulding still here?
All right. What else?
Spaulding's here still?
Yep, I'm here.
All right. Okay, so you guys talk. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Let's see. What have I got right here? The only Halloween album I have, it's actually right here in front of me. The only actual true Halloween album I own that's, made for Halloween is this one. Now that's what I call Halloween.
Oh, I like that.
And it's got its good and bad points. It's like there's so many songs they should have put on here and didn't, and then some that they put on here and I don't know why they put them on here. I mean, it's cool because it's on like red and orange and purple vinyl. So you've got like an orange disc,
right?
And you got a purple disc, and they both. Wow, that's really weird. With this red light in here, they both kind of look orange. Anyway,
right.
But yeah, there's some good songs on here. I mean, you've got the Halloween theme by John Carpenter. You got Rob Zombie, Dracula. Mike Oldfield, Tubular Bells, I suppose. Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper. In Excess, Devil Inside. Jace Everett, Bad Things. Warren Zevon, of course, Werewolves of London. The Specials, Ghost Town. Oingo Boingo, Dead Man's Party. And then, of course, the one you have to have, Bobby Boris Pickett, Monster Mash. But then there's some strange ones on here. You got Donovan, Season of the Witch. Nina Simone put a spell on you. Danny Elfman, the theme from Beetlejuice. But then they chose Run DMC doing the Ghostbusters theme. Why did they not use the original Ray Parker? And then you got DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, A Nightmare on My Street. And then Rockwell, Somebody's Watching Me. I mean, I could have thought of a lot of other songs I would have put on this. But it's okay,
All right.
I spin it once every Halloween sort of thing. That's my only actual seasonal Halloween album. But I mean, there's so many bands that you can, Iron Maiden, spin any Iron Maiden for Halloween.
Yeah, pretty much with Sabbath too. You can play any Black Sabbath song for Halloween.
Any Sabbath, most of Alice Cooper's library, any Sabbath, any Iron Maiden. Blue Oyster Cult, for sure. There's a lot of Blue Oyster Cult that would be appropriate for Halloween.
Right.
Here he goes. I like that Oingo Boingo song. Peanut Gallery, why don't you ask us some things? Let us know you're out there. I see, 20 people in the Peanut Gallery, but you're not saying anything. Join the party. I should check, I suppose, to see if anybody's waiting to come in. Stream. What time's your party kickoff there? 8 o'clock, right, Cap?
Yep. 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll probably come in after this stream.
Okay.
I will drop by there. I mean, after I went to all the trouble to make this set, I might as well. Yaz is pulling vinyl. I didn't watch any other streams today. I wasn't on any other streams today.
Yeah, I was on Rachel's for a little bit this morning.
I was trying to get my stuff together here and doing 20,000 things at once. I don't know where the day went. And it's, I guess, what time is it now? 6 o'clock. Oh, normally the kids would start coming around 6:30. So half an hour or so, we would normally be getting kids.
Right.
And of course, tonight we get 2 extra hours, everybody. 2 extra hours tonight to party or to stay up or to whatever. Because the clocks go forward. No, go back. Clocks go back at 2 o'clock a.m. tonight, which means at 2 o'clock tonight, it'll be midnight again. So that's kind of cool. For a Halloween, cool. You got a Halloween. You've got what do they call it? Daylight saving time on Halloween for once, and Halloween's on a Saturday. And here we are in a pandemic. The best time you could probably actually have ever to have Halloween falling on a Saturday, falling on daylight saving time, and half the world's in lockdown and can't properly celebrate Halloween.
Right.
Can't go to bars and clubs and this and that or whatever you want to do, or can't do a whole lot of anything.
Well, you can hear like all the bars and shit are open, like in my county.
Yeah, here unfortunately no. Takeout only. That's it. Restaurants have takeout. That's it. No in dining. I'm not sure the ruling on the bars tonight, but I know the bars originally bars were supposed to be closed at 11, but then we backed up to stage 2 from stage 3. So I don't know what the ruling is on that now. I'm pretty sure that they're all kind of shut down now.
Right.
They don't even want groups of more than 6 people getting together.
Well, see how they
immediate family.
How they did it in the state that I live in Pennsylvania. It goes county to county. So, like some places are restricted, some aren't because they don't have as many cases.
And Naz is back. And he must have brought some stuff.
Sorry about that, everyone.
Chainsaws. I hear chainsaws in my room.
Chainsaws.
There's chainsaws. Can you hear chainsaws?
Oh. I can. Oh. What I was going to show Anthony is 3 of my most favorite Halloween themed records.
Alrighty.
So, is that okay?
I'd make
is that
you big,
okay?
but I gotta go way over there to make you big. Can I reach over here? Maybe I can make you big.
All right.
There, made you big.
Okay, well that's scary. That's scary.
Yeah, that's it. I gotta hand it to you, Dave. You got the best costume tonight.
Thank you. What am I?
You look like a nomad.
Thank you. That's what I was going for. So you get it. That's what you get it. So everyone, whoever's watching, I just wanted to show some of my favorite Halloween themed records. As it's Halloween today, I heard. So this is my #1 most favorite Halloween kind of themed record. It's a soundtrack for a movie called Return of the Living Dead. I've had this. No, I've not had this record, but I've had the CD or the I think cassette. No, just the CD since
Is that
came out.
recent reissue
It's
that just came out?
one of my favorite.
Reissue?
Yeah, and they keep on reissuing it on different colored vinyl now, but just because there's money to be made there. But this has been. It's my top 5 favorite movies of all time. The soundtrack is one of my favorite movies or soundtracks of all time. It's got the Cramps and 45 Grave and Rocky Erickson and TSOL and the Damned. The Damned have a song on here that's only ever on here. It's never appeared on a compilation. It's never, I don't know why, called Deadbeat Dance. It's only on this record. But this one is kind of neon green vinyl. There's one that's on pre-order now on Amazon that's kind of, I think it's a blood red or something like that. But this album here is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time, if not my favorite soundtrack of all time.
Is it a good pressing?
It's decent. It's not audiophile great, but it's decent. What's that?
Who pressed it? What company?
This is off. This is on Real Gone Records or Real Gone Music, which is owned by Ryko Disc or Ryko.
Oh, Real Gone.
So it's okay. I'm not. I don't listen to it thinking that it's bad or anything. It's decent. So the new reissue is pretty good. Everyone want to get that. And then this is an ultra rarity. This came out on mono. Is it not Mondo? Sorry. What year was this now? 2004 the movie came out. So this is like about, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago. This is the original score for Shaun of the Dead. The only time it's ever been released on vinyl is was this pressing that Mondo Records did. And
Mondo gets some interesting.
They're an amazing company who.
Yeah, Mondo.
I gotta get going for a few minutes, guys. All hell's breaking loose here. I'll come back on in a few minutes.
Okay. So this came out on Mondo, and there's a couple different versions you could order, and I missed out on the there was some kind of zombie red one or something like that, but it's just the score. There's no songs on here like Queen or anything like that, but that's the inside gatefold. It has original artwork on it that they did just for this. It's
Mondo
approved by
Mondo likes to do that.
by Simon.
I like Mondo,
and this is all approved by the makers. Yeah, this is all good. This is all approved by Simon Pegg and those guys like that. So the one I got is kind of like goes along with the theme of the album. At the Edgar Wright, who did the movie, he writes a little thing. He writes a blurb here. But I got mine on ear splatter vinyl.
Well, that's kind of cool.
So it's supposed to replicate the bar, the Winchester bar, where you on the bar. There you go. And interesting side note is my first trip to London, Anthony, as a side note, I have photos of it. I did I didn't do it through a company. I did it myself. I did like a sightseer's tour to the Shaun of the Dead filming sites. So I just went around London, dragged my wife along, who knew how to get around London pretty well. So I went to where the original Winchester bar was in that movie, and it's now apartment buildings. But I did the zombie walk through the street where the zombies actually did the walk. So I went to a lot of the filming sites for Shaun of the Dead, and I was in my glory because I'm a massive Shaun of the Dead nerd. I collect the dolls, T-shirts, posters. I have all that stuff around here. But
so
maybe a lot.
You like Shaun of the Dead. I know you like Return of the Living Dead. Any other zombie movies or things, zombie-ish things that you like other than those two?
And here's the weird thing, Anthony, is I'm not a zombie movie fan. And it just so happened, maybe I am, and I don't know I am, because it's Return of the Living Dead and Shaun of the Dead. I love, they're in my top 5 movies of all time, both of them. But it's not like I go out and I seek zombie. What's that?
I'll let you finish showing yours. I'm going to show something after you finish showing your stuff. I got to dig.
Yeah, I just got one more. And I don't actually go out and seek zombie movies to watch. It just so happens that I've seen these two, and these two are my favorite movies of all time.
Have you ever watched
No,
The Walking Dead?
never have. And no, I've never seen
It's
Walking
actually
Dead.
really good. I mean, it's
Not
more a human drama than
not 1 second of it.
You should give it a try sometime.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it's excellent, and people have begged me to watch it.
It's more a human drama. It's a human drama with zombies.
Yeah.
The zombies
So I've never gotten
really
around. They're kind of a side note to the script. Zombies, I guess.
Kind of just like that's the situation, and then you're just seeing people trying to live in a world like that. Yeah.
I did like the movie Zombieland a lot, the first one. I thought that was a good movie. But apart from that, I'm not like I'm afraid if I watch The Walking Dead, I'll get obsessed with zombie films, and that's the last thing I need to do now. To get into something else, so it's going to cost me money. So, and then this is the last one I was going to show, and I think it's suitably Halloween themed. Is the Crow soundtrack?
Oh, the Crow!
Which I think is made.
I missed the record store day of that.
This one was on Record Store Day. Yeah, this one was released on Record Store Day. My wife, of all people, tells me this is up for pre-order again on Amazon. I don't know if that's true or not. She could just be pulling my chain on that one.
I think it is up for pre-order.
Oh, okay. So then, but this one's on double colored vinyl. But for everyone who knows the soundtrack, or don't, there's this track listing. It is one of the best soundtracks of all time, in my opinion. I think the soundtrack is on par, or even maybe slightly better than the movie. And the movie, I'm not a huge fan of, but the soundtrack I am. Yeah, I like the movie. Don't get me wrong. It's just not something
I'd like to get that
actively pull out.
I missed Record Store Day one.
That
was one of those.
I don't even think I have a DVD or. Yeah, this one was crazy hard to get, and I can't believe I got one. But it makes up for all the other ones I didn't get this year. But that's the three I wanted to show you. Is those three there? Those are my three of my more favorite Halloween albums. Ta-da! There you go.
Let me just check the whoopsie. Guest Miss Mayhem. That's your stream.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you and see you. Hello.
Hello.
Nice.
Hi.
Nice to have you drop by. I like your makeup.
Hello.
We just got done doing our.
That's awesome.
We just got done doing our big trick or treat thing. I just wanted to show you guys real quick.
Cool. I like makeup. Looks like you spent a little bit of time on that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Wow.
Where are you now? Oh, there we go. Now, where is that? Is that your place?
This is at my folks' house.
At your folks' house. Cool. And where in the world is that?
I'm watching it. Wow.
You're on the,
brother, turn the music up.
It still must be pretty early over there.
Yeah, they actually changed ours because of the weather.
I don't know, the music's pretty good.
6 to 8, but today they had it 4 to 6, which is kind of weird. I like it because it's dark, but whatever.
4 to 6? What do you mean? They have trick or treating with go from 4 to 6?
Yeah.
That's actually really strange.
Here's
no trick or treating after dark.
Yeah, it's dumb. And because of the COVID and social distancing, we rigged up this pipe, so we all stood up on the porch, and the kids liked it though because all the it was interactive or whatever.
That's awesome.
So if you have to social distance, what do? You just throw the candy at them or what?
This pipe, see this pipe right here? We stood up there on the porch, and then we put the treats down, and then they picked them up down here.
And you dropped it down there. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Let's see. This guy's supposed to move. It's not me.
Look at that. Wow.
Here's a popular little guy.
Oh, that one's cool.
He's pretty
That's
big.
awesome. Wow.
That's cool. I appreciate people that go all out for Halloween.
It looks way cooler at night.
Yeah, obviously. You get the
That's
lights
great.
on and everything.
Here's some little children of the corn over here.
Wow.
Cool. I even got a sign, a warning sign.
I really like this mask. I think it's cool.
Oh, that's great. Wow. That's amazing.
Love it, love it.
So that's that.
Yeah, I traditionally always used to try to add like one animatronic or something each year to my display. You know, you buy it bit by bit over the years, but I mean, this year I didn't do anything. The Halloween
and
stores
you,
here couldn't
like
give
what
away.
we do is you don't really have to go and buy every single animatronic. If you have,
Yeah, I just like to
you can
add
buy
something
them and then
each year.
just like have a handful of them or whatever, and a dozen or whatever. And then you can just dress them up. You can use your masks and stuff and put over top of them.
Yeah, true enough, true enough. Just get mannequins and put masks on.
I have a corn cob neck. Do you see that?
Yeah, I like
That's
that.
awesome.
I like it. Just looking at your makeup job, that is amazing. How long did it take you to do that? Did you do it to yourself, or did you have somebody help you?
I did it. It's kind of hard doing makeup in the mirror like that, like side to side.
I had a hard enough time.
Like 2 hours, probably.
I had a hard enough time putting the Alice Cooper eyes on.
Got
do it in the mirror.
burlap.
We don't do makeup, so it's trying to put makeup on. It's a little bit tricky.
I have burlap glued to my face. It feels really good.
Okay. You're into those kinky things anyhow, so.
Tacky glue and burlap on the face. Let me tell you, it feels really nice.
That's amazing makeup. That's incredible.
My brother's
Wow.
up here.
And no matter how disgusting you've made yourself look up to be, you still look beautiful. So there you go.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll give you a whole.
It's the eyes. It's the eyes. The eyes don't lie. You know? So trick or treating's all over.
Wow.
Done in that neighborhood. Trick or treating's done.
Yes, we just finished.
Was that a rule? Was that a COVID rule to have the trick or treating before 6?
Well, I think it had more to do with the weather because they had it scheduled for Thursday and it was going to be 6 to 8 on Thursday, but then for some reason, somebody who wanted to be in control of the situation, I'm sure, is what it came down to. They just wanted to have the final say. I think it should just be the whole.
What's the rest of your Halloween plans?
I don't know. I'm going to chill out here for a while. Probably watch a scary movie or two.
Do you have a special Halloween scary movie you like? Or
There's
you just
too
try to
many.
watch something new?
There's too freaking many. Today I watched Children of the Corn, and what other one did I watch? Hellraiser.
Hellraiser, classic.
Yeah.
Do you tend to watch the classics, or do you like to watch new ones as well, like brand new?
I like them all.
Well, as you can see behind, you can't see behind me here because
Yeah, I want to see what you have going on there.
Normally behind me here, you can see my DVDs, and one whole section is all horror. So I've got hundreds of horror movies.
Yeah, they're fun. They're just fun.
But today I'm in the dungeon. I got my friends in the dungeon here. We got this guy here that spikes through his head. We got this guy that's got 2 heads sewn together.
Oh, he's cool.
That's kind of disgusting. And then we got this guy over here who's got rebars through the head. He's got a bunch of rebar through his head, and his hands have been cut off. And then we got my pet dog here. A little bit malnutrition. And it's probably
A little skinny.
a little bit skinny, a little bit of skin and bones. And now he's gonna like do his thing. So just a handful of props that I put out, just to add some atmosphere, you know.
Yeah, it looks really cool, and the lighting's good too. We've got more people driving by here.
He'll stop after a while. And maybe I should feed him. Here, have a drink. Have a drink. Have a drink.
Well, all right. I interrupted your stream a little bit there. I just wanted to show you that.
That's cool. Thank you for coming, Ms. Mayhem. I'm
That's
really
great.
happy you dropped by.
You're welcome. You guys
On
have
camera.
a happy
That's
Halloween.
amazing.
Not in the peanut gallery.
You too.
Well, sort of on camera because
Later.
you kind of hidden behind
Wow,
a bunch of
great to see you.
makeup. And I know I saw her last night, and she was in sunglasses on another stream. But that's Miss Mayhem, people.
Yeah.
Miss Mayhem. Nice to see her here. Thank
Miss
you for
Mayhem was
coming.
kind of hot in that makeup.
She's hot all the time.
Yeah. Wow.
It doesn't matter what she's got. She's always hot. I mean, even her avatar is hot. So,
Wow.
so yeah,
I have a
okay,
new
so
appreciation for now with that
You were
makeup.
showing, what did you, what's the last thing you
Damn.
showed?
All
the Crow.
right.
You showed the Crow and something else.
The Crow.
So, I will try to go big.
Shaun of the Dead and Return of the Living Dead.
I'm going to try to go big. Let me check and make sure there's nobody else hanging
All
out.
right.
I'm going to show one here that you may not have ever heard of. All right. So this is a movie that came out 2018. The movie came out. And I go to what's called, of course, this year I'm not going to it. I would have been going to it. We have a thing here in Toronto called the Toronto International, what's it called? The After Dark Film Festival, which is it's like the big Toronto International Film Festival that they have in September. But in October, they have the After Dark Film Festival, which is all horror movies, horror, sci-fi, all that sort of stuff. And I go every year to it. You have to buy your tickets in advance, because there's only one screening. And, it's the same old thing with, the directors and the actors come to the screenings and they have the little conversations and then they show the movies. And I've been going the last couple of years with my daughter. We go and see at least one film in the film festival. And of course, this year it's canceled. I think there's a virtual one. But the last film festival I went to, they showed a movie called Anna and the Apocalypse. And if you've never heard of it, I know it is available on Blu-ray, DVD, and everything now. Maybe you can find it on Netflix or Amazon or any of those streaming services. I don't know. I know it has been released on Blu-ray, DVD, and this is the soundtrack from it. Anna and the Apocalypse, and it is actually a musical, a Christmas zombie musical, and it is freaking.
It's a musical. Oh,
it's in the veins of Shaun of the Dead in a way, and it's a musical.
Really?
So like Rocky Horror Picture Show, like Shaun of the, like it's like take High School Musical and add zombies, basically. And it is a riot. I highly recommend it. It is
That's
absolutely
awesome.
Fantastic. I'll show you that cover again. Look it up. Check it out. It is a really fun movie. So it's zombies.
I'm going to look that up tonight.
Christmas, it's musical. It's rock and rolly. It's pop. And the songs are fantastic in it. The songs are fantastic. What a Time to Be Alive, Breakaway, Hollywood Ending, The Fish Wrap. That's the time of the year. They're all original songs. I highly recommend it. Look it up, check it out, because it is so good. And this one, of course, is the vinyl version, which came on a blood-splattered vinyl.
Look at that.
Clear blood-splattered vinyl. So the soundtrack's great. The movie's fantastic. I highly recommend Anna and the Apocalypse. And now I will go back.
Well, I'm going to check that out tonight. Awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Well, that was
Hey, you can
that's
watch
cool.
it at Halloween or you can watch it at Christmas.
You're going to have to private message me that title again because I'm going to forget.
Yeah, I will.
Anna and the Apocalypse. Anna and the
I hope
Apocalypse.
it's on like Netflix
All right.
or one of those services or Amazon.
I hope it's on something because I would love to watch it tonight now.
Yeah,
It's on
it's
something.
a musical. It's so much fun. It is so much fun.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to that because I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think you'll like it.
Something I don't know. Something I've never seen before.
Yeah. You know,
Awesome.
zombies getting impaled by gigantic candy canes. So it's like a high school
We
musical.
can't lose there.
It's a zombie thing. You know, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
Awesome.
And like I said, I saw it at the film festival, and we just absolutely. It was the final film of the film festival last year, and it got such rave reviews from everybody.
Yeah.
It was like they all saved like what they consider the best film for the last film of the festival. Yeah. And it sold out. You know, like 2 months before it actually came down. And yeah, great film. Yeah. Great film. Anna and the Apocalypse. And who do we got in here? I see Rob Walker just came in. Yeah, you thought I was dressing up? No, I just came as I am. I dressed down for this stream, Rob. I dressed down. And I saw Rob your post about Sean Connery on Instagram today. Cheers to you, my friend. Sad loss. Yes, we lost Sean Connery today. The one, the only, the original James Bond. Sir Sean. And also today, so we lost Sean Connery today. It's Halloween today, and it's my dog's birthday today. My dog is 8 years old today. She's born on Halloween. I have a Halloween dog. And here's Mark Anthony from Project Gemini.
Awesome.
Eric Weinbender. Happy Halloween, Eric. Happy Halloween, my friend. And yeah, we'll bring Mark on from Project Gemini.
Happy Halloween, Eric and Rob. All right, I've just put my screen on comment mode so I can actually see people commenting.
So let me
That's
scroll
awesome.
up. Come on in. Let me post the link again. Come on in. Come on into the chat there. I'm going to remember how to do that now. Post comment. There we go. Come on in, Mark. I got to cue that first disc.
Who do we have coming in now?
We've got Mark from Project Gemini coming in. Should be coming in. There he is. Add to stream.
Hey. There we go.
There we go. Welcome, Mark.
Greetings. How's everybody doing?
Good. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween.
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I forgot to turn off my YouTube there for a second. There we go. I guess you can hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good. We're all good.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
I had a lot of technical difficulties at the start of the stream today. It took me about 15 minutes to get it all working.
Well, I got to say, though, Anthony, a very impressive setup you got there.
Yeah, that was a fun.
Like that. Got the Alice Cooper vibe going on.
Yes. So what's going on? What's everybody's this topic of discussion? I just heard a bit of Sean Connery being talked about.
Yeah, we've been talking about Halloween music, Halloween movies. Favorite music to spin this time of year.
Well, it's funny because I posted on my Instagram. I posted my 2 Frank Zappa records that I got, the 77 Halloween show that he did and the 73 show that he did. They both came out on CD. And I got
Did you get the one that came out this year, the one that came with the Frankenstein mask and everything?
No, I didn't get that one yet.
The Zappa mask?
No, I didn't get that one, but I'm going to be grabbing it because I want to collect all of them. But the 77 one is pretty good. It's a 3-disc one, but I actually like the 73 one better because I don't know how you guys are, but I prefer that 73 lineup a bit more with Napoleon Murphy Brock and with Ruth on percussion and Chester Thompson on drums. I prefer that lineup than the later one with Adrian Belew and those guys.
Yeah, no, totally agree.
Yeah.
Question from Rob Walker. What's Naz been listening to this week?
This week, what am I listening to?
I know you spun Golden Earrings.
That's a good question. I've been.
I saw that posted. And I know you
got Love Sweat. This morning I listened to. I got Jane's Addiction last night. I had Triumph this morning. What else did I listen to this week? There hasn't been a whole lot this week. I've been working a lot, but I'm trying to think of what I posted on my Instagram. I did Temple of the Dog. I got that. I got that over the week or yesterday. Well, yeah, I haven't heard that in 20 years probably. What else did I listen to this week? I'm trying to think. Anthony, what did I post this week? I think I did some Blue Oyster Cult for sure.
You posted 2 Golden Earrings, did you not? You posted the Love Sweat and something else. What was the other one you posted?
Yeah, I can't. Mad Love, maybe.
Was it Mad Love? Yeah, I think it was Mad Love.
I can't remember. I think it might have been Mad Love, but.
And you posted the Jane's Addiction, and you posted a lot of things.
So I mean, while we're on the topic. No, and like I said, it's been a little bit spotty this week because I've been working so much. But I need to go. I still haven't picked up my Who from Record Store Day. I got the Who, that live album.
The quick one.
And I forgot that I got it online for the quick one live, and I bought it online from a local record store who did RSD online, and I forgot I haven't picked it up yet. So I got to go get that one still, the Who live.
And there's a package in the mail.
And then obviously, well, thank you. And you know there's going to be one coming to you soon because we got the.
I do.
Thank you so much. But we know.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. Well, this week, something exciting.
That's like in 3 weeks or 4 weeks.
Something. Well, we've been talking back and forth all week about this. Is that we finally were able to obtain copies of the. Oh, this week was hot and heavy because we finally found a place we could order the Golden Earring last of the 20th Century Limited to 1,000. And we got it's already shipped, so it's coming to us.
Yeah,
so we got that.
One more. Just need one more album on vinyl from them to be released. That's the Naked 3. And I need Miracle Mirror. I need a
Naked 3. That's it, and then we're done.
Interesting. Well, I'm being a person who doesn't know very much about Golden Earring. How many records do they actually have?
Yeah, you haven't watched Naz and I's 2-hour talk on Golden Earring?
No, not yet. Not yet, but I will get to it.
Shame.
I will get to it.
How dare you?
Anthony, how many?
So they have 26.
Anthony, how many do they have now?
26 studio
26.
Albums. 26 studio albums and 8 live
I think they have 9 live.
Yeah, 8 or 9 live albums.
I thought it was 9 live albums.
Might be. Plus a crap load of
and about
stuff. And of course comps and stuff.
600 compilation albums.
I swear. But yeah, studio albums 26.
Yeah.
And 8 or 9 live albums.
Wow.
So they're not a little band. They're a big deal in Europe and across the pond. They're a big deal.
Oh yeah, I mean,
as Naz and I were saying in our stream a week ago, they are the longest running group, over 50 years with the same members. And I don't think there's any other band in the world that has kept the same members for over 50 years.
That's impressive.
Anthony, give me 1 second. So I got to show you something.
Absolutely. So you did an
Yeah, so
interview today.
I was going to
As we get some. Mark, you did an interview today, this evening.
Yes, I just
I was
finished
gonna
doing
show-
one. Sorry, I was just saying I just finished doing
Who was
one
it
with Billy Shearwood of Yes. I just finished doing it like literally like 2 minutes before I came on with you guys. It went really well. I mean, he was really, really cool. Talked about a lot of different things. I even got to sneak in a little question about Yes to ask what's going on with that. You know, now that they've announced tour dates for 2021, for they're doing the whole Relayer album in its entirety for the next tour that they're doing in Europe. So I just wanted to ask them what was going on with that. So it's going to be happening. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really hoping they come to Toronto again because I saw them the last time they came here and it was a fantastic, fantastic
I'd like
show.
to see that Relayer perform live.
Yeah,
wow.
That's what they're doing next, right? So
yeah, because a couple of years ago they did the entire Drama album live.
yeah, they did Drama and they did 2 songs from Tales from Topographic Oceans. The first song and the last song. The Revealing Signs.
Which is about 3/4 of the album.
Yeah, the Revealing Signs of God and the Ritual were the 2 that they did from that album, which in my opinion are the best 2 songs to do anyways from that album.
Actually, the last time they've been to Edmonton, my wife. So I was going to say, last time they've been to Edmonton, my wife for Christmas got me the deluxe backstage package and all that stuff. So I got to go back and meet Chris Squire and Steve Powell, which was a thrill of a lifetime, and Alan White, obviously, and everyone else. But we were taught. Remember last live stream, Anthony? We were talking Yes, and then we kind of went off screen and I was buying Yes albums, you know, because we were talking about them. Something funny really happened this week. During the last live stream when all 3 of us were on, we were talking, and I excused myself to order. I actually ordered a copy of Big Generator, the Friday Music audio file version, and then I finally got it in the mail from Amazon. It was a third-party seller. I can't remember who it was now. There's Amazon. It was
Have you got it now? Have you?
And so I open it, and it's got this plastic protecting it. No, here's the funny thing about it is that I got it, and it ended up being just a regular, bog standard version of Big Generator that I already have many copies of. So I was so excited to get the audio file version this week, and the company screwed up and sent me just a regular 1987 or what is it, 87, 88 version of this album. So
what?
Yeah,
what?
that was heartbreaking because I was gonna be thrilled to show you this week. But
did you contact them?
Oh yeah, I got refunded. But it's just, you know. Oh yeah, I got refunded.
Are they gonna send you the proper
so I got refunded the money, but now I just
check Amazon because Amazon do.
So that's it. So no, I got Amazon.
Because I got mine,
No, they got Amazon's got lots of copies in stock. I just went through this third-party one because.
So is this some kind of new
I just
thing?
chose the third-party one because it was a lot cheaper than Amazon. But
that's the one you were wanting.
It's the Friday Music audio file version pressing.
Yeah, this is the one you're wanting. This is the one you're wanting. The Burning Grunman.
Yeah, it's the same company. Yeah, that one. It's the same company that did the Going for the One I showed last live stream.
Yeah,
Friday Music. They did like
So I'm curious.
The Solos album. They've done almost all.
I'm curious how it sounds because Friday Music does have a reputation of being very hit and miss with their pressings. The Going for the One is pretty good. The Tornado one is not good. But you know, some of the records
Close to the Edge is probably the best Close to the Edge out there. And this one I am really happy with this one. Because this is a Burning Grunman. It sounds really good.
Is that one good?
I got a really good Japanese pressing of
so that was Burning Grunman then. Okay. So
the Burning Music is the Burning Grunman. It says right on it.
Sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that I have a really nice Japanese first press of Close to the Edge, and that sounds fantastic as well. But everybody keeps saying, and I don't know if you guys can verify this, but everyone says if you're going to get the best one, get the MoFi.
Of what?
of Close to the Edge.
I've never seen them.
yeah.
I've never seen the Mo-Fi.
Rick had one in his store.
But that's pricey as hell. Yeah,
I
they've
don't think
done.
he's got it now, though.
No.
Yeah, there's an audiophile pressing that was released that's on MoFi that's pretty good apparently. But I'm glad to know that it's running on Big Generator because I'm going to order it today then. Because that sounds like a good one. And oddly, I really do like that album. I know it's a dirty word to say or a dirty thing to say with Yes people, but I really do like Big Generator. I like a lot of it.
I
love Big Generator.
Shoot High, Aim Low is probably one of my favorite songs.
A lot of people
I love Shoot High, Aim Low
down as a crappy follow-up to 90125, and then of course a lot of people don't like 90125 just because they're the other formation of Yes fans and they can't accept the Trevor Rabin formation. So me, I like 90125 and I think I like Big Generator.
But I like Talk.
Yeah, and Talk. I like you. I even like
I like Talk as well. So I mean, I like
Talk is a very interesting.
Yeah,
record.
I love Union, but
Talk is a very interesting record
very
because
interesting.
It was one of the very.
I like the studio material from Keys to Ascension. I mean, just put the live stuff aside, but just take all those studio tracks from Keys to Ascension. Yeah. I really like the studio.
Well, the Talk record was one of the earliest uses of what would become Pro Tools when in a recording session, and Trevor Rabin said it was a complete nightmare trying to keep that stuff under control when they were doing it. But I mean, if you listen to the sonics of that record, I mean, it sounds absolutely phenomenal. That record.
Yeah.
Thanks, Beetle Boy. By the way, thanks for the comment, Beetle Boy. A question from the Peanut Gallery. Dave, the pickup artist, says, "Does anybody like Heaven and Earth?"
Not really. I mean, I've tried. I've really, really tried to get into that album and give it a chance, but it's just not Yes to me. It just sounds so.
That's the final studio one they did.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not that there's a different singer. I love John Davison. He's a great singer, and to me, he's a perfect fit. It's just that the music that they were writing at that point seems it's almost like a really laid back version of a Yes album. There's nothing energetic. There's nothing very technical about it. It's a very safe record. I think they need, now that they have Billy Sherwood in the band and stuff like that, who's a much more progressive writer. I think the next Yes album could be much more back to how it was for like The Ladder and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're supposed to be doing another studio one, right?
Yeah, they are.
Mark, what did you think of From a Page?
Oh, I loved that. When that came out, I thought it was honestly one of the biggest mistakes that they made, Yes, was not including that material on the Fly From Here record, because that was supposed to be part of the same writing sessions when they did that record. So
that was all written. Yeah, and that was all written by Oliver Wakeman, was it not?
It was written with Oliver Wakeman and Benoit David. Steve Howe was involved with it as well. Obviously, he had to give it the green light to release it, right? So, but I mean, it's fantastic. They should have really ditched a few of the songs from Fly From Here and put those on. They were really, really strong songs.
Yeah. Absolutely. Totally agree with you on that one.
And so your
songs on that one.
Interview with Billy Sherwood today. What did you guys talk about? Any little sneak peeks you want to reveal from your conversation with Billy?
Well, when we talked about mainly like a lot of the situation with COVID. I mean, but obviously it shut down. Yes, they're not touring and stuff just like every other band. And I asked him how the benefits of the COVID for him was that he gets to do a lot of session work. Right, like he did my record. He's done a few other records. He's done this one band called Between Stations. That's absolutely fantastic. I think it's going to be my pick for 2020. They're called Between the Stations. They're amazing, and he produced it. It's great stuff. And he said that he does a lot of session work now. And then we talked about some of the gear that he used in the studio. He went from going from a huge 48-track board down to a single iMac laptop, 2 speakers, and nothing but virtual gear now. And he says that's the way now to do it, because you can do all this stuff on the fly. He said he even mixed a record once 30,000 feet in the air on a Yes tour. I mean, that's the convenience now of using digital gear, whether and not being, you know, held down using analog equipment in a studio where you have to keep it there and do everything there. But, you know, as far as Yes stuff, I knew he didn't want to talk too much about stuff like that because they're very hush-hush about stuff. The only thing we really talked about as far as Yes was, you know, the announcement of the tour dates in Europe for the Relayer album tour that they're going to be doing. And he said they're very excited. And that he said the funny thing was that they were totally rehearsed for it and ready to go last year, or this year actually, at the beginning when they were ready to go in, but then COVID shut it down. And the funny thing is, he said now, if you were to ask him to play anything from Gates of Delirium, he probably wouldn't remember a single note. He has to go back and relearn everything again, just like I'm sure most of the guys do too, because they've been months away from it now, right? So it was an interesting interview.
Wow.
It'll be probably up, you know, in about a couple of days. I'm probably going to put it up. So check it out when you get a chance.
Have you interviewed everybody now?
Yeah, all 4 people have been interviewed. The next one is Lee Pomeroy. He's the guy who plays now with ELO, and he also played with Anderson Raven Wakeman, the other faction of the Yes band. And he was really cool. We had a great interview together with him, and that's the next one coming up now. Right now, the one with David Donnelly is up, and that was a really, really good interview as well.
And we have another question. Has anyone seen John Anderson's new video?
Yes, I've seen it, and it's
there was one.
Yeah, there is, and it's causing a lot of controversy because there's a lot of, you know, political commentary in it. Like he's showing pictures of, like, you know, Donald Trump, and, you know, not really bad mouthing him, but kind of, you know, playing him down a bit and stuff like that. He's kind of showing his political cards on the table in the video.
Is it like an interview? Is it a music video? Interview video?
It's a music video, but it's one of those ones where he's just playing an acoustic, like a kind of acoustic guitar, and they're just showing images behind him while he's singing.
Solo.
Yeah.
I have to look that one up. I haven't seen that one.
So Mark, what did you think of 1,000 Hands?
Actually, I really liked 1,000 Hands. I was very skeptical about it when I first heard it was coming out, because you know how John Anderson is. I'm working on this. I'm working on Elias of Sun Hillow Part 2 for the last 20 years, you know, and every time he announces something,
I've heard that a million times.
It just seems like we've been waiting for so many things to come, and he's working on so many things. But when this finally came out, I was very impressed. There's a lot of songs on it that are very, very good on it. I mean, the last song on the album, I forget what it's called, but it's fantastic. There's just some great songs, and sure, there's some, you know, the usual fluff that John does, you know, the really I love everybody and let's hug and hold hands and stuff. But you know, but on the most part, it's a very good record.
And what did you think of Anderson Stolt?
Anderson Stolt,
that collaboration they did.
Anderson Stolt, I did like. The only criticism I have about Anderson Stolt was I found that there was way too much singing in there by John Anderson. Like there was just songs in there where he just didn't leave enough room for the music.
Yes, that's the biggest problem with it, is that he did. There was no self-editing there. There was some great music underneath all that unnecessary singing.
Yeah, and I think that boils down to the fact that I think that boils down to the fact that Roina Stolt, who plays with him, obviously the other end of the Anderson Stolt, he was such a big fan of John Anderson. I think there was a little bit of one of those, you know, kind of situations where he was so happy to work with him that he just, you know, wanted to keep everything that he did. It's almost like a fanboy moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it worked at some points, but at other points there was great music that you just couldn't hear, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Very wordy.
So what did you think of 1,000 Hands? I never got your opinion of it.
Of what?
1,000 Hands? What do you guys think of that record?
I haven't heard it.
What about Naz?
John, I think you put it perfectly. I think you put it perfectly. There's the typical John Anderson fluff stuff that you expect. You know, him being very spiritual and all that.
Fan of John Anderson's solo, other than his stuff with Vangelis. I really liked his stuff with Vangelis.
Well, Elias It's on. I think Elias It's on Hillow is classic.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I think it's a great album. And I wish he had shut up about making a sequel, because I could.
Friends of Mr. Cairo, I love.
Oh, that's great too. But 1,000 Hands, I think there's enough good enough songs to make it big thumbs up for me. But like I said, you expect that spiritual, kind of fluff stuff from him. That's kind of what you expect from him, right? And how old is he? You're going to get that stuff from him. But I think it was a lot better than I expected. That's for sure. So I wasn't turned off by it at all. Unlike that Yes album we were just talking about, I just can't get into the last Yes album personally.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious.
That's just me.
Have you guys heard the Anderson Ponte record that he did a few years back? I mean, do you have any opinion of that record?
Yes. I say I like that album, and I can't explain why. I just do. I thought it was an interesting collaboration. It's funny. I have not heard people mention that album since it came out. It's one of those. I think it's this hidden little treasure.
Mm.
I liked it. I thought it was good. I'm not sure if Anthony heard it.
It's the birthday girl is here.
But I think you have to be predisposed to Jean-Luc Ponty. You have to kind of have someone to like that stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I actually don't mind it. I mean, I think one of the things that kind of put a strike against it with most people was that it was one of these, GoFundMe kind of things, like a fundraiser thing when they were making it. And because it took so long after the campaign was done for it to come out, people were kind of getting upset that it was taking so long, months and months after the fact to get it out, that when it finally did come out, I think some people were kind of like, okay, I got it, but the thrill is over kind of thing. But it's a good record. I mean, I think they did a really good job on it.
Yeah. I thought it was perfectly fine. And I oh, look at that.
She's the birthday girl. 8 years old.
That's
today.
great.
She's very cute. What kind of breed is she?
She's a Maltese Shih Tzu.
Oh, she's adorable.
Maltese Shih Tzu cross. 8 years old today.
Look at that.
Wow.
So this is like
happy birthday. What's her name?
It's almost 7 o'clock, so it's that time she comes and looks at me waiting for dinner,
Yeah.
Did I say din din? Did I say din din? Is that what you're waiting for? You're din din, right? Yeah.
What's her name?
And
Miley.
Speaking of which, Anthony.
Yes.
Is it Miley?
Miley, like Miley Cyrus.
Wow. That's a beautiful dog. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Anthony, I got to go because I have a...
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think I got to run because I got a date with the wife. So I want to say thank you to everyone, and it was really good seeing you, Mark.
Hanging out for a couple hours.
I love chances to talk about Yes, so that I'm leaving really happy about that. So thank you very much, and I'll see everyone again. Take care, everyone.
I'll message you tonight and send you the name of that movie in the Instagram for you to look up.
So somebody just posted any love for Rick Wakeman's new album, The Red Planet, and I got to say, I really love it. I think, honestly, being a big Rick Wakeman fan who has collected everything he's pretty much done, well, with the exception of a few things, I really enjoyed it. I think it's probably the best record he's done in years. I mean, I would put it up there with No Earthly Connection, or I put it up there with, even Six Wives. I mean, maybe not as good as that, but it's a really, really, really good record.
Why don't you just talk to the folks for a couple minutes while I quickly go run and give the dog dinner because she's like staring me down.
Well, I'm here. So yeah, go ahead, man. I mean, I'm here, and anybody have any questions about stuff, I'm right here to answer anything you guys want to talk about. So Dave, the pickup artist, just put here, Elias has the best artwork, which I have to agree. I think that it's probably one of the better designed albums as well. If you have the vinyl version, when you open the gatefold, there's fantastic, kind of like insert booklets in there and stuff, and it's just amazing. Like that's the thing I think that makes that album extremely strong, is the fact that the lyrics, the presentation, everything is like a companion to the music itself, and it just sounds fantastic and it looks fantastic. So there you go.
Don't forget, while I'm feeding the dog, tell everybody about your pre-orders this week. Might as
Yes.
well get a plug in. Get a plug in. Tell everybody what's
Yes.
going on this week.
I will. So this actually tomorrow being the 1st of November, um, I'm starting a CD pre-order campaign for my new Project Gemini album, which is In the Years 3073 Book 2. Now, if you go online into my YouTube channel, which is just under Project Gemini, just how it's spelled underneath me here, you'll find my channel, and I'll be putting up a video showing how you can order it. Either you can go on my Bandcamp page for Project Gemini, or you can go through me. Sometimes people like going through me personally, like just messaging me and ordering and PayPaling me directly, because I put a lot of extra stuff out as well, like handwritten lyrics, alternate takes on CDs that I make. So there's a lot of stuff that you guys can order from that if you go through me as well. I will sometimes post those things on the Bandcamp as well, but not always. So that's why I do that. Okay, pick up artist put. Are there any signed copies of the Red Planet left? I don't know. I mean, I haven't been on his site for a while yet, but I'm assuming that there might be some copies left. I mean, Rick Wakeman kind of strikes me as a guy where if you order it and if you kind of message him and say, hey, I'd like a signed copy, he might even be willing to do it. So if you're interested in that, I suggest just to message his page. He's very receptive, actually, to people who message him. So might want to give that a try, Dave. So yeah, so getting back quickly to what I was saying, the pre-order will be tomorrow. It'll probably run for a couple of weeks. The CDs usually get done rather quickly, actually, as far as the printing, the pressing plant and stuff goes. So yeah, so if you're interested in that, go for it. As far as the vinyl pressing of the album, there will be a vinyl pressing, but that will probably be announced and started pre-order in January. I wanted to wait till after Christmas to do that one because that's usually a big seller for me. And it usually comes with a lot of extra stuff like test pressings and, executive producer spots and all kinds of other things involved in it. So usually I wait for, a time when it's not so busy as far as people's wallets are concerned for that time. So yeah, so that's basically what's happening with the Project Gemini end of stuff. And in January, I'm also going to be starting writing the next Dark Monarchy album with Mr. Joe Bailey. So that'll be something to talk about later on in the new year as well. So it looks like Mr. Anthony is back from his dog feeding duties.
Please spell apocalypse.
Actually, I don't know. There you go. But yeah, so I gotta say though, you really went to the 9th yard there with the
Halloween is my favorite day of the year. I always do the house up big outside, scare everybody, animatronics, lots of scary stuff. I basically do my whole garage into a big horror show. But with COVID this year and everything and nobody trick-or-treating, I decided to just, do a mini display and here and do a little tribute.
That's fantastic. So, I mean, so now...
to at least get in the spirit, a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that, now all the Alice Cooper records come out or, Dead by Dawn album soundtracks and stuff like that are coming out.
Yeah, I'll spin some of them. Today I was actually spinning James Bond soundtrack music because of Sean Connery. And of course, if you saw my post on Instagram, Sean is a big influence in my life. He was my idol, my hero, my everything, since I was a little kid. So it hit me pretty hard today. I was surprised at how hard it hit me. I made my post on Instagram and I was like actually freaking teary-eyed and almost bawling my eyes out while I was putting the post up. I put on my James, because the first record album I ever owned in my entire life was a James Bond soundtrack. And that James Bond soundtrack got me into buying albums and got me into music. So it changed my life a lot. And it was something that my father and I did always together. And my first movie, my father took me on my 12th birthday to see Diamonds Are Forever. And that was my first James Bond movie. And it became a tradition with my father to go to every single James Bond movie when they came out. I always went with my dad, no matter where we lived. Even when my parents retired and moved to British Columbia, I actually flew out to British Columbia just to go see a new Bond film with my father. And it was the only thing that my father and I really did. My father worked really hard. He worked a lot. He worked late hours, and we didn't do a lot of things together, but every James Bond movie that came out. My father and I went to.
So I gotta
yeah.
So I gotta ask though, Anthony, because I'm a big James Bond fan too. I got all kinds of I got all the movies on DVD and blah blah blah. But I'm curious, of the Sean Connery movies that were done, which would you say is your favorite one?
Thunderball.
Thunderball.
Absolutely, Thunderball.
Actually, for me, for the longest time, it was You Only Live Twice was my favorite
I love
one.
them all. Of the whole series, the Sean Connerys will always be ahead of any of the other people in the series for me.
You know what? You're gonna hate me for this. You might even kick me off the channel for saying this.
Yeah, never.
But the fact is, though, because of when I got into James Bond, my Bond has always been Roger Moore. Because my first movie that I ever saw in the theater with my sister and my father was Moonraker, and and that's always been my my special movie to me because it's my memory of seeing James Bond the very first time. Now, I like
that first film, and I think anybody that their first film in a series is always going to be special to them, for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, I always had this argument with people, like because they always say, "Well, how could you like Roger Moore better than Sean Connery?" And I like, well, to me, Roger Moore kind of personified the typical British agent, very slim, dapper, sort of, womanizing kind of guy, how Roger Moore kind of was. To me, that's what I kind of saw.
Yeah, well, they actually say, a lot of people say that Roger Moore was actually closer to the book character than Sean Connery was. And Roger Moore, of course, was the first choice to play over Sean Connery. Roger Moore was the first choice to play James Bond. But if I've got a photo somewhere, if you look at the photo of him in 1962 when they're about to do Dr. No, he looks so young. So Sean Connery beat him out just because they needed the character to be mid to late 30s, to look mid to late 30s, because that's where the James Bond character, that's where he lay. And Sean Connery Roger Moore just looked too young, but he was originally the first choice. So
it's interesting.
When Sean hung up the hat, they brought Roger Moore in.
Now it's interesting. Dave, the pickup artist, just put a comment up here saying he also came back in the 80s for one Bond movie. That was Never Say Never Again. Now, what are your thoughts of that movie?
Right there, Never Say Never Again, because I was showing all the soundtracks from the Connerys earlier in the stream.
Now, do you think that
this was actually a remake of Thunderball?
Yeah,
it's an actual remake of Thunderball, because Kevin McClory, like all the books, the original books were written by Ian Fleming, and except for Thunderball, which was co-written by Ian Fleming and Jack Whittingham and Kevin McClory. So it was the only one Thunderball was the only one that didn't have rights strictly to Ian Fleming. So Kevin McClory, if you look at the Thunderball produced by Eon Productions, of course, it was co-produced. So Kevin McClory actually held the rights to Thunderball. So he decided, 20 years later to remake Thunderball and convince Sean Connery to come back and play Sean Connery 20 years later, in his 50s as a kind of an older spy, not quite able to do the things he could do originally. And I really liked that. I think they did a good job on the remake. You had Max von Sydow in there. You had some good actors in there.
It's interesting because when I first saw it the first time, my first natural reaction to it was it seemed like he was a little too old to do the part. But I think overall it was pretty good.
And he intentionally showed his age when he played it. He was like, I can't do these things. I can't do these chases and all these things. So he didn't try to act like he could do it. You know what I mean? Like in the film, you could see that he's, at that age where I can't do this shit anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Never Say Never. And of course, the title came from the interview with Johnny Carson when because Sean Connery left after You Only Live Twice. Then they brought in that male model George Lazenby, who did On Her Majesty's Secret Service, which I really like. It's even though his entire dialogue was dubbed because he couldn't act, so they dubbed his voice for another person. The whole vocal of George Lazenby was dubbed for the movie. But then they convinced Sean to come back
for Diamonds Are Forever.
Secret Service to do Diamonds Are Forever, to do one more, and all the money from that went to a children's charity. That was the only stipulation, that if he came back to do James Bond one more time, that all the money be donated to, I think it was some Scottish children's charity. And
Yeah.
then when he went on Johnny Carson to be interviewed when Diamonds Are Forever came out, they said, well, you came back after, you came back to do Diamonds Are Forever when you said you were going to quit. Are you going to come back? Is this your last hurrah? Are you going to come back again? And Sean Connery went, that's it. I'm done. Diamonds Are Forever. Absolutely. I'm done now. And Johnny Carson said, never say never again. And of course, that was where the title,
Yeah.
now 13 years later, he would be coming back. And that's where they got the title for the film.
Now, the interesting thing is, too, that John Wrightson here wrote that Live and Let Die was one of the best. For me, I really liked Live and Let Die. Of course, it has the classic, Paul McCartney and Wings song on there, right? But I also loved the fact that it was one of the things that Bond movies I always loved, because I was very much into geography and I was very much into touring the world and seeing other parts of the world. I loved the fact that they would always go into different parts of the world for the movies. Like they went to the Caribbean for.
They've traveled to so many great locations.
Yeah.
One place I wish that they haven't traveled to, like Toronto or something. I mean, come on, we're a good enough city to film a Bond film in. They film all these other films in other parts of the world. Why not? The only thing that was ever filmed in Canada was the car chase in The Spy Who Loved Me with the Lotus and the helicopter, when the Lotus goes off and goes into the water and turns
really?
into a submarine. That car chase with the Lotus and the helicopter, where it goes and comes to the submarine.
Yeah.
That car chase was filmed in British Columbia.
Oh, nice.
That's the only time they've filmed in Canada.
Well, John Wrightson here put Boat Chase and The Wit. He's talking about Live and Let Die. I got to admit, the boat chases on that were really good.
Boat chase is classic. And that boat chase, they set a world record in that boat chase. When he does the jump, and the world record still stands today. When they do that jump where Sheriff Pepper is standing there and he's interviewing the black thug and the car, and then he looks and he sees the boat, the two boats just barreling right down on him, and the first boat goes over, and the first boat is James Bond, and he goes right over the two cars and over the highway and lands in the water again. And then the second boat comes and of course crashes into Sheriff Pepper's police car and wrecks it.
Yeah.
But that boat jump over the two of them is a Guinness World Record, 120 feet jump by a boat, and it's never been beaten. It wasn't intentional that they were going to set that record. They set a world record with that boat jump.
It's interesting that sheriff guy that's in there. He made a return on Man with the Golden Gun, and what's great about that though is I always love that dialogue in there when there was boats come by there and he starts yelling at them, "You goddamn nana!" He starts going, "If you try that in my bayou, I haul your ass." I love like his old kind of southern drawl that he does.
That chewing tobacco on the side of his face, he was all spitting it out.
And when they go and stop those guys finally, he pulls out his wallet, goes and he shows his big wallet there. Well, the pictures come flying out of the wallet there. That's hilarious.
Yeah, because he was in they were in where was that? Thailand. Yeah, they were in Thailand, and he was like a tourist in Thailand, and he had his wife there. And he sees James Bond going by in that long boat, and he kind of looks at him like, I know that guy. I know that guy.
And when he goes into the car and he comes out and then he goes, "What the hell's going on?" He looks where he goes, "Hey, I know you. You're that secret agent guy."
They did that great jump with that AMC.
Yeah.
That spiral jump. They had the bridges set up kind of like that.
Yeah.
And they did that spiral jump across the river with the AMC.
And I loved it when they overdub him saying, "Ever heard of Evel Knievel?" when he does the flip there. That was hilarious. That was one of the best parts in there.
One thing I really do love about the Roger Moore films is they're very campy. They do have a lot more comedy, of course, than the Sean Connery ones. The puns, there's so many puns in them. And of course, spectacular chases. Every movie had all sorts of chases, and the gadgets and the chases and the visual effects just really went over the top in the Roger.
But one of the things that were great about the Bond dialogue is that when you're a young kid and you watch it, some of the dialogue and the wit goes over your head, but years later you clue into it. For example, in Moonraker, when the British government finally gets a hold of them in the Moonraker shuttle, and they're like, "My God, what Bond doing?" And then you hear Q go, "I think he's attempting re-entry, sir."
Exactly.
Right? And of course, that's like a sex pun, but he was also talking about re-entry of the shuttle into the orbit of the Earth.
The great thing about the Bond puns is there was a lot of double entendres. You know what I mean? A lot of two meanings to everything. And like, yeah, when I was a kid, for sure, you know, a lot of the things that, I mean, there's some, Sean Connery had some absolutely classic lines in some of the things, you know, like Goldfinger, when he throws the fan into or the radio into the water, the guy's in the bathtub at the beginning of Goldfinger, and the guy gets fried by it in the bathtub, and he just looks at it, he's like, shocking, positively shocking. You know, it's just great stuff.
Yeah.
And of course, one of the great lines of all time has got to be in Goldfinger when Sean Connery's strapped to the golden table, and the laser's going to cut him from crotch to head. And Sean Connery's like, "You expect me to talk?" And he's like, "No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die."
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a lot of great lines. I mean, Ursula, you know, first Bond movie, Dr. No, Ursula Andress walking out of the ocean is, you know, it's like a cinema history. You know, that was cinema history.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things in these Bond movies that are like, you know, moments in cinema history for sure. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the things I love about it. Like, even as early as, like, you know, From Russia with Love, that's when they started getting into the whole gadget thing, you know, like the suitcase with the knife that comes out the side and the exploding, sure. You know, it's all those things I loved when I was a kid.
That train fight in From Russia with Love between Robert Shaw and Sean Connery in that little train car is fantastic. You know, they had to rehearse that and do that. And Sean Connery used to do a lot of his own fights and stunts and things. And they were, you know, in these little tight spaces. And the same thing in the Thunderball when he has the fight with Largo in the boat just before the hovercraft, in the cabin of the hovercraft, and they have this hard knockdown drag out fight in the hovercraft. Sean Connery was a tough guy. I mean, he was a real tough guy. I mean, Roger Moore was a little more on the smooth side, and he tended to use things around him to thwart his enemies. You know, like the train car, he's fighting Jaws in the train car, and he sees the lantern and he sticks it on Jaws' teeth, so he gives him a shock, and then, you know, kicks him and throws him out. Or the Baron Samedi, the guy with the metal arm, him out of the train, and then he's got the girl in the bed, and he pulls the girl down that's in the bed, and he sees the arm hanging on the window, and he quickly throws the arm away and closes the window.
Yeah. So, and the Dave the Pickup Artist talks about Jaws was also in 2 films. Which is cool. I mean, Jaws is one of the better villains, I think. He was a real nasty guy in Spy Who Loved Me, and then of course Moonraker. He comes back and he's much more lighthearted, and he meets that girl, and and that was the movie where he had his only talking bit. Remember when he pulls
at the very end? He's like, "Well, here's to you."
Well, here's to us. Yeah, you know, that was. Yeah,
but I love it. I mean, you had that boat chase, another great boat chase in Moonraker, a fantastic boat chase. And, you know, when Bond takes the hang glider out of the top of the boat and floats away, and Jaws just like looks at him like, and then grabs the steering wheel and pulls it off, and then goes over the waterfall.
Yeah. I mean,
they made Jaws much more comical because he kept getting thwarted and then walking away.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing about those movies that are fantastic, is then after that, you know, he goes into that secret hideout where they have that plant that they're making that poison from that kills all life but no plants. Yeah, I mean, but when they go into those kind of situations where they go into these secret caves and stuff like that, those are the things that as a young kid I was really mesmerized by in the movie theater, saying like, wow, like look at this secret cave and they have all these space shuttles inside here and stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, all the villains were always after world domination. You had Drax and Moonraker. He wanted to have his you know, his little Garden of Eden in space, and then the previous movie you had the other guy who wanted to have it under the sea. Everybody was, you know, and of course Spectre, who went through most of the Connery films. That was the Connery canon, was, you know, him against Spectre, and Blofeld with the cat. You know, and Blofeld, they were just an organization that was trying to take over and blackmail the world any which way they could.
Yeah. Yeah, those are just classic things. I mean, it's a shame, you know, Sean Connery passed. But I mean, you got to look at it at least this way, though. The man was 90 years old.
90,
I mean,
exactly. You know, like,
he had a long life.
I knew that day was coming. You know, we lost Roger Moore a few years ago. I knew the day was coming. It was a surprise. It was still a big surprise for me. But at least he passed just in his sleep. It wasn't from some horrid disease like most of these people this year have been. All these deaths this year have been from, you know, nasty
cancer
thing.
or something, you know.
So yeah, he was just, I gather he was at home with his family around and he passed away in his sleep, and the best way to go in my opinion, absolutely. And yeah, 90 years
That's how
old,
I'd like to go.
I'd be happy
Yeah.
to survive to 90, that's for sure. You know, not too many men, let's be realistic, not too many men get into their 90s.
No.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, because
No.
we're all
women, yes. Women easily last into their 90s, but unfortunately the male lifespan is in averages
because
in the 80s. So.
It's because usually we do a lot more stupider things in the eyes of, you know, men usually tend to drink more, men usually tend to smoke more, men usually tend to, you know, do things.
And women stress men out and give them heart attacks and
exactly,
and a lot
right?
of things. It's a fact.
So there you go. So those are all factors that go against the man in that way, right? But you know, 90 years old, man, you got to tip the hat to the guy, right? And I mean, and his whole talking style was also something that people, you know, really got into. I mean, I'll never forget all those Saturday Night Live bits where they'd have Sean Connery and they, you know, always, you know, make jokes about like how he would talk and how his accent.
Yeah, he had a very distinctive way that he spoke.
Yeah.
And what was I going to say? I had something and I just gone out of my mind. And of course, he was Sir Sean Connery, knighted by the
Yes. When did that happen? I don't remember what year that was.
I can't remember. I'm guessing late 90s, 2000s, somewhere like that. It was quite a while ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the man deserves it. I mean, he was quite the actor. And I mean, even beyond James Bond. I mean, Hunt for Red October and movies like that. You know,
after the James Bond canon, I mean, he did so many great films. The Anderson tapes, The Man Who Would Be King.
Thank you, Dave.
Right, The Man Who Would Be King.
Yeah.
He was in, what was that? Was it A Bridge Too Far, or it was one of those ones?
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget
Indiana
Jones and the Last Crusade.
Indiana Jones, yeah, as Henry Jones, and of course The Untouchables, where he won an Academy Award.
Yes.
For his first Academy Award. He did Outland, that outer space western where he was on that space station.
Yeah. And as John Wrightson just messaged, Highlander.
Yeah. The original Highlander movies, which of course the music was done by Queen.
Yes.
The original first Highlander movie.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, the man was all involved in many classic things. So, you know, hats off to the man. You know.
Yeah, fantastic actor. Great. Will be missed.
Okay, question then, Anthony. You told me what your favorite movie is, but you being a big collector of vinyl and stuff like that, so what's your favorite soundtrack?
Ooh. Probably something in the James Bond vein. Probably. That'd be hard to pick.
Well, I mean, which James Bond soundtrack would you say is your favorite?
Probably just because it was the very first record I ever owned in my life. And I think that whatever our first record was or whatever, I think anybody will agree that it'll always be kind of their favorite because and that would be this one.
Oh, nice.
Which was the James Bond 10th anniversary album Super Pack. And what it was, and I remember I got this at the Hudson Bay in the record department, and I had just seen Diamonds Are Forever with my dad and was blown away by the movie and the music, right into the James Bond theme and all that. And I found this in the Hudson Bay, and it's by United Artists, and it was a 10th anniversary album. So it went from everything from Dr. No to Diamonds Are, pretty much all the Connery films. And it's a comp. So it's got, 3 or 4 songs from each of the first, 7 films.
Yeah.
On a double album. And and I played this entire album actually this afternoon while I was building my set. I gotta admit, I got teary-eyed a few times while I was listening to this, because it just brought me back to so many memories of going to see all the films. And I'm lucky enough to have seen all of the movies in the movie theater. Diamonds Are Forever was the first film I saw in my life in 1971 with my dad on my birthday, and it was the last of the Connery films. But I actually between Diamonds Are Forever and Live and Let Die, the first Moore one, I actually got lucky enough to see the other films in theaters because there was a triple bill. I had a friend come from Calgary to visit me in the summer of 1971. And in the newspaper, you probably know the Bloor Cinema down at Bloor and Bathurst was a very popular revival theater, would play old movies.
Yeah.
And I think it's still there, the Bloor Cinema, right at Bloor and Bathurst. Mm-hmm. And they had a triple bill one afternoon of the very first 3 James Bond films, Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger. And I went with my friend, got to see all the first 3 films on the big screen. And then in the fall of that year at the Bloor and Jane Cinema, you probably know where that one is, at the corner of Bloor and Jane Street, there was a double bill of Thunderball and You Only Live Twice. Got to see those. And then the next year, I used to be a member of a yacht club. My father had a yacht, had a yacht, and it was a member of a yacht club. And they used to show movies. Wednesday night, they used to show movies in their ballroom that they would rent, the big 35 millimeter movies, and they'd have these free movies. And they played on Her Majesty's Secret Service on a big screen then. So I'm lucky enough to have seen every James Bond film on the big screen in my lifetime.
Huh. Interesting. I think the last one that I
Hopefully I'll be able to see the new one on a big screen if COVID ever goes away, because it's been delayed now till April.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the last movie that I remember seeing at the theater was View to a Kill. I think that was the last one that I saw in the movie theater, and the rest of them I saw when they came out on, video or DVD or stuff like that. But View to a Kill was that. I remember that one was pretty big because my older sister was really huge with Duran Duran. So when they made that soundtrack for it, like the main theme song of View to a Kill, I mean, that was played in my house all the time.
And I'll say some hellos here. Some people coming in, some new people coming in. Who do we have in here? We have
Captain Spaulding,
John Wrightson. Groovy Lisa's back. And I see John Sweeta just came in. Hi, John. Yep. And the Vinyl Archivist, Pat. Nice to see you, Pat. Thanks for the compliment. So Greg, man, nice to see you. Nice to see everybody. Happy Halloween to everybody out there. Happy Halloween. It's a crazy day. It's Halloween, and Sean Connery died today. It's my dog's birthday today, so it's kind of a crazy day today.
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely is. So, anything coming in the mail?
Cap's backstage. Let's just get Cap in here. Let's get Cap. He's in backstage again.
Okay.
Got to come around to my phone to do this. Got to come around to the phone.
Yes. Hello, Mr. Vinyl Archivist. Always good to see you as well. The fellow Tormato hater as well. Down with Tormato.
Tormato, yes, is best album. That's all I gotta say.
I know that you're saying that half-heartedly. So
yes, so Mark, I'm saying it as a joke.
Mark, you're not a fan of Tormato then, so you're a big Yes fan. You do say Tormato is kind of.
Well, I mean, look, I love Yes. I have all their stuff. I do a Yes podcast every week. I mean, to me, a bad Yes album is still a pretty good album, the way I kind of look at it, right? But I mean, if you're going to compare Tormato to, let's say, Fragile, there's no comparison. If you're going to compare Tormato,
spectrum for that.
yeah, or you're going to compare Fragile to like Drama, no comparison in my opinion. Or if you even compare Tormato to the Yes album, there's no comparison. Do you guys agree, or?
Yeah, I'd even take Time and a Word over Tormato.
Mr. Spaulding?
I don't love the album, but I don't hate it either.
I mean,
I'm like kind of somewhere in the middle. But it's not their best work, I'll say that. It's like to me.
I like Don't Kill the Whale. But that's about it.
Yeah.
Mark, you do records and stuff, right? You press records. What the hell is a KC600?
Sorry?
What is a KC600?
KC600?
Yes, I have a record. It says pressed with the KC600.
KC600.
And it's an audio file vinyl, but I've never heard of the KC600.
Honestly, I've heard of the term, but I'm not 100% certain what the KC600 is. but I think I might be able to help you out. Just give me a second. But that sounds to me like it's some sort of pressing machine or something like along that line. Because I mean, when people start doing audiophile stuff,
Okay.
Those kind of things usually, come into play. Like people want to know the exact sort of machinery that was used. They want to know if they use any Dolby on it. They want to know if you know what I mean. Like there's so many little factors in this.
Right.
KC 600. Okay, it says here.
Vinyl Archivist says Police Synchronicity was pressed on KC 600.
KC 600. Oh, KC 600. That's probably a type of material used that they pressed, like that they make the record from, like the vinyl. It's because some of these people say like Quietex. That's a type of vinyl that was pressed back in the day.
Like virgin vinyl.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like a type of the vinyl. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you very much. It was confusing me what the hell it was.
Yeah, because a lot of these albums get confusing. You see, like Van Halen 1984. I saw a pressing where it says pressed on Quietex vinyl, and you're like, what the hell is Quietex vinyl? And it's some kind of vinyl that they use in Japan that makes it like super quiet. You like drop the needle, and it's like there's no crackle, not a single noise at all on it.
Dave, the pickup artist, says the Rhino CD release of Tornado has lots of unreleased tracks.
Yeah, it does. They're just quite. Actually, the material that's on there is from a session from Paris that they did, which actually was the reason that John Anderson and Rick Wakeman quit, because they were not able to complete a record, and it was done with Roy Thomas Baker, and they had so much trouble with that record that they actually quit. And those songs that they did there were put on as bonus tracks on there.
So in other words, it was kind of like Guns N' Roses with their last album. I mean, everybody in the damn band quit making that album, I think, because they just got the pressure got to them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on. I mean, the both those Use Your Illusion albums before sold like insane amount of records, like 10, 11 million copies each in the United States. And imagine trying to follow up like a 22 million album seller. And you have the record people talking to you. Oh, we need this, we need that, we need a single. It's pressure.
Right. Right.
So there you go. So I mean, I just think that if they would have went in and made another record sooner, like right after those ones, I think that the pressure wouldn't have been as bad. And look, you can never follow up something that gigantic with another huge record. It's very, very rare. Like look at Def Leppard. They released Hysteria, sells 24 million albums. Then they release Adrenalize, right? And Adrenalize sells 9 million, and the record company considers that a failure. 9 million, they consider that a failure.
Right. And it's just crazy. Like now the Guns N' Roses is supposedly working on another album.
Yeah.
And as I mean, I like Chinese Democracy, but I didn't think it was their best work.
No.
I'm going to, as Pat said, I'm just going to show us Police Synchronicity. I've shown this in my Band and Rare Records video, a very popular video on my channel. Probably the most popular video on my channel. I think it's had like 4,000 views or some crazy number. I don't know why. But this is Police Synchronicity, first Canadian pressing. Mm-hmm. And actually the more rare pressing is the regular black vinyl pressing.
Yeah, I got that one, yeah.
Yeah, because here in Canada, the Police Synchronicity album, which is here, this is the first Canadian pressing. It's black, right? It looks like it's black. To the naked eye, you hold this up to a light, and look at it, it looks black. This thing looks black. Absolutely 100% looks black, but watch. It's not. It's translucent purple.
Yeah.
Black to the naked eye. Black to the naked eye, but it's actually translucent purple. So anybody out there that's got Police Synchronicity, you want to know if you've got one of those first pressing Canadian pressings. I don't know if the US first pressings were also the same, but yeah, it's translucent and it looks black to the naked eye. You need to hold a light up to it.
Yeah. Because I have a I have a Synchronicity, a black vinyl one, but it was a record club one, like a Columbia Records house pressing. So I'm not sure if that's the reason why that one was a solely a black vinyl, but I know I do have a Canadian one like that.
In the United States, the one that he just showed is the rare one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So that's the rare one in the U.S., but the first Canadian press was on the colored, and the rare one in Canada is the black. It's like the reverse. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting how that kind of occurs, and how different records become more popular or more valued because of certain things like that, right?
And I never knew this was translucent for like 20 years. Because back in the day, it was never advertised.
No.
It was never said in the stores or radio station. Nobody knew. And it wasn't until like the invention of the internet and that I actually learned that this was, translucent. I had no idea for like 20 years.
Yeah.
That this was translucent.
And the same thing apparently is for Styx Kilroy was here. If you put that up to the light, apparently it's the same thing.
Yeah, and there's one other album that's a brown. Look, it's black, but it actually is brown. I'm trying to remember what group was. There's another album by somebody, and I can't remember what it was. With the same idea. It just blows my mind that it looks black. It really blows my mind that it looks black. I mean, you stare at it and stare at it and stare at it and try to see the purple tint, and you cannot see a purple tint at all.
Yeah.
But then you put the light on it, and it's like, wow, okay.
I'm guessing it has probably something to do with the make of that vinyl, like the vinyl pellets that they used when they pressed it, right? So.
Right. Do you think maybe they pressed it thinner to make it?
It's possible. Like it's possible because I mean, that's one thing that I realized as well, is that I don't see as many translucent albums that are, of that thickness, like 200 gram records.
Right.
There are, but there's not as many. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody, John Sweeta here put something about, I don't know, he said, I know someone who had a clay-looking vinyl. I don't know what it was. It was very quiet, though. Double the thickness, at least the weight of 240 grams of standard vinyl, a gray-brown color. Maybe that's the one that Anthony's talking about.
Yeah, I think that's the one, the gray-brown color. And I can't remember what the group was or what the album was. I did see it once. Somebody showed it to me. Rick showed it to me at his record store. He had it. I can't remember what it was, though.
And John Wrightson puts that the UK version of it is black.
Yeah, as far as I know, only the Canadian first pressing had that purple, and as Spalding said, the rarer one in the US is the purple.
And the Vinyl Archivist put first press early UK Elton John albums are translucent as well, up to Caribou, I think.
Oh, cool.
So there you go.
This is stuff that was never like revealed back in the day. It was stuff that you had to like discover because we didn't have internet or any of that stuff. You didn't even know what albums were dropping. The only way I knew a new release was coming out was going to my record store every week. You never knew unless you bought those, those rock magazines or went to a store and read through the rock magazines.
Yeah.
But even a lot of bands, they didn't make it into those rock magazines, especially new bands.
And it's funny because once I discovered these records that had these translucent pressings, I started going through all my records and looking for them. And one record label that does this a lot, and it's a very audiophile-ish type record label, is called Windham Hill Records. I think I mentioned this before. Yeah. And a lot of their ones are like that. They're very like root beer colored translucent when you hold them up to the light. And a lot of their records are done like really well. A lot of Bernie Grunman mastered stuff with that label. A lot of these things where they said, recorded straight to 1/2-inch tape, no Dolby reduction noise, like lots of very, very sort of, Oh, Mr. Beaudry, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got to show you something that I picked up. You were with me today when I was record shopping.
Happy Halloween, Mr. Ron Beaudry. Happy Halloween.
Hey, Anthony. What do you got?
Nice to see you here. Happy Halloween, my friend.
Yes.
Oh, that's Supertramp.
Yeah, Supertramp, famous last words. See what the sticker says?
Yeah, it's a KC 600 vinyl.
Okay.
Yep,
vinyl, yeah.
You were with me, and as soon as I saw that it said audiophile vinyl, I grabbed it because it's still sealed for $1.
Oh yeah, that's very good. That's my kind of price. I like that.
So what's up, Mr. Beaudry? What are you up to this evening?
Did you just get up?
No, you didn't see me on here earlier. I was making a few comments earlier.
No, I didn't see you. Sorry.
I did catch your video
I made a few
though.
comments earlier about, somebody is talking about the mother load of records here, about some guy's got a house full of records. I said, wow.
Yeah, that was me. He passed away, and his wife wants to sell.
I was just saying, I was here watching all that. I watched all that kind of stuff going on, and then we had some supper, so I came back. And
no trick-or-treaters at your door?
No, we haven't. It's kind of a little bit rainy here, so it's kind of wet outside.
Yeah, my lights are off. My front door's locked. The lights are off, so kids aren't going to
be. Of course, you're in the basement.
And I don't think there was anybody. There was maybe 2 houses on the whole street that had put decorations up. So
and in Brampton, here where I live, they've already said that they don't want. They're telling people not to go and trick or treat.
Yeah, that's what they said here, because we're doing our in Peel. We're in Peel, and they said no.
And here in where it's nice outside, it's warm and everything, but it is a little rainy, and everybody's free to go. We've got the candy ready, but the weather's just put a damper on it. It's just not a nice night to go trick or treat.
Yeah, I bought a couple big boxes, the 100 chocolate bars, and I got the big bag of rockets, but I didn't intend I'd ever given them out. I just figured, my daughter ain't going to have a stash for me to munch on for the next month. So
you have to have your own stash.
So I just bought some, and all the Halloween candy. I went in there like earlier in the week, and all the Halloween candy was less than half price because it's not selling. So they already
right.
You know how they slash it right the day after Halloween? They all slash the candy in half. It was already slashed in half a week ago because it's not selling. So I just bought a couple, and I said, well, here's my trick or treat. So I got my own stash.
What's the latest, Mark? I saw something, a Bandcamp announcement here recently.
So tomorrow, I'm starting the CD pre-order for my new record. The vinyl release of it is going to come out in January, though. For that,
that's good.
Just to let you know, because
you have the ability to make a record. Everything's looking good.
Yeah, and I was very lucky because you know how you're aware of the whole issue with the stampers.
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm asking about it. Yeah.
I got in contact with my guy at Lacquer Channel here in Toronto, and he does have a few put aside, and he said that he was thinking of me when he did that. So it's
nice.
Fantastic.
So nice.
Yeah, because it would be a really hard. I would maybe have to go the direct metal mastering route if I didn't have any of those.
Now, who does? I was heard that there really isn't any direct metal mastering facility in the States. So they have some in Canada.
No, I would have to go to like Europe. I would have to.
That's what I was assuming. I don't know don't have any evidence, but I have heard we don't have the technology in North America to do it. We don't have the machine, but they've got I think 2 or 3 in Europe.
Yeah, we have no direct metal mastering machines in North America, I don't think, right?
Yeah.
As long as vinyl's been coming back, it's been coming back for what, 10 years now? 12 years? It's made the resurgence.
Yeah.
You would think they would have more of those damn machines and more pressing, more machines, just period.
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar, Mark?
Yes, that's Dark Monarchy you're playing.
Well, I think they had enough lacquer. It was not a problem, and the place burned down. Now there's a problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's again the problem that Captain Spaulding just said. You would think that by now, if they wouldn't have put all their ducks in a row with just one company and kind of had 2 or 3 other companies, then there wouldn't be a big an issue. Like, there's only one other place that presses these things, and that's in Japan, and it's apparently a 2-person operation. How are they going to? Yeah, how are they going to supply?
They're not.
Thousands. They can't.
Is that too loud, guys? Can you hear the music? I just want to faintly in the background.
I can hear it a bit. Yeah, it's good.
A little louder, or is that good?
That's good.
All right, guys, I got to get going and start setting up for my live stream.
Yeah, you're going to have a little party over at your house, so you got to get your costume on.
Yeah, I got to get my costume on, put my contact lenses in.
When my stream is done, whenever we decide to shut down, I'll come by there.
All right.
But we're going to go for a little. Ron just came in. We'll go for a little longer still.
I'm still trying to recover from last night.
Yeah, I think you were a little bit on the.
No, a whole friggin' bunch, not a little bit.
But you didn't act like, other certain members.
Well, you know,
when they're
you can
drunk,
either act, you know, have fun, or you can act.
You were chill. You were
not good.
enjoying yourself and still
Yeah.
coherent.
But I did get a call this morning, very early in the morning, and the fellow said, "Listen, I just watched the last part of your video. You need to erase that. You can't have what was going on. You need to get rid of all that
Yeah, well,
stuff."
I left when my phone kind of died, so I don't know what happened.
Right. Yeah, you had like 5% battery life or whatever left going.
Yeah,
He had plugged it in, but you know, it doesn't.
Why did something happen after that?
No, I don't think anything was major, but there was a few things mentioned about kind of personal stuff. So it was maybe we better not.
Yeah, you just delete your stream.
Right.
Was that due to because I didn't watch too much of it, but was it because of
Well, sort of, kind of, but I don't want to bring it up again, but
yeah.
I think somebody mentioned something. What was it about? We were talking about the beards, and I said, well, I don't shave because of a certain reason. I mean, I'd shave.
Yeah.
Because, my wife likes me clean shaven kind of thing.
Yeah. I remember that conversation.
Right. And so Jeff said, listen, the kind of stuff that was mentioned, and maybe some folks, your kids and whatever, they don't need to be watching that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Cool. So, what are your plans for this evening? Are you going to be? You just said you're not trick or treating. So, are you going to be doing another stream tonight, Ron? Or?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to go over to Spalding. Try to be nice over there. See what's going on. I don't know, Rachel, what she's going to do. If she's going to come on or anything.
Are you going to do a stream yourself later on?
I don't know. I feel like going to bed again. I mean, I don't know.
little hungover today.
Man, yeah. That Irish whiskey and that is not,
Because I watched your announcement, your channel announcement earlier, which was interesting.
Tomorrow, right, Ron? Tomorrow.
Yeah, and at this point, I seen he's been doing some channel tests. He's got his because he can play music. He's got an app he downloaded on his computer, and then he actually has 2 accounts. So he puts the DJ on, because if he had it on just the one, and he had a lot of echo. Mm-hmm. So then he got a separate account for the DJ, and did something else, and now there's no. There's no echo now because he's got like 2 separate. But yeah, the music, he can play music off his hard drive, and it sounds really good. No, I can just put my microphone in front of my speaker, and it sounds like hell. But he's got an app. He runs it through the app, and then he can play it right, like right off, like YouTube would sound, kind of thing.
Yeah. Sounds
good. So we can do a little bit of that. We'll play some music, talk about records. It's kind of, I think at this point, we're just going to let the comment section, let them kind of push the direction of where this goes. Kind of, maybe we'll just talk a little bit about
we got 20 people watching here tonight, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's very good. 20 is a strong amount of folks. It really is. There he is. It's a virtual mixer. There he is.
Why don't you come on?
Hey, Patrick.
Camera, Pat. You're hanging out in the peanut gallery.
The link is still.
The link should still be there.
No, it's not. No link.
Yeah, I'll put the link up again.
Yeah, because it was way at the top when I got in here. Now it's gone.
Let me just paste the link again.
Better than resting up.
Yeah. I'm downstairs about to shower.
Oh yeah, he's not going to be coming on.
Going out to dinner.
Very nice.
Speaking of dinner, I probably have to head off now pretty soon too, because unfortunately for me, I have to do some recording because on next week Friday there's a show in England called Check It Out, and they're doing a whole debut of my new Project Gemini record. They're playing it almost in its entirety on the show. So
that's awesome.
So I have to do like a little like segment, Ron, how they do this thing like where you introduce each song, like this song is about blah 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 blah, and then they play the song. Yeah, so I have to record some spots for it this evening. So.
Wow!
Yeah,
so I'll probably have to. Night ahead of you.
Yeah, so I'll probably have to head out, guys. But Ron, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Yeah. Okay. I just was wanting to, come in here, say hey to Anthony, and kind of see what you're up to. So you're really busy. It sounds like you're going to hopefully this next record will get into a lot more people's hands, a lot more, maybe get some airplay on over there in England.
Yeah, well,
I don't know about over here. With that Canadian content rule, we should be able to squeeze some of it in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I mean, like Anthony's been helping a lot. You've been helping out immensely. So has Rachel. So
we just do the little bit, but man, if you can get stuff on the radio and help put it out there, that's really going to help.
Yeah. Well, I'm pushing it, right? I'm doing that this time. And what's helping a lot is having these guest players on there, like Billy Sherwood and stuff like that.
That's a big feather in the hat.
Yeah. So it's helping a lot, right? And I mean, that also means
because you're getting more exposure, you're able to acquire more people. It kind of a snowball effect.
Exactly.
I'd still like to kind of do a live stream thing with you, and if you can even arrange it with you and all three of your guests, and we do all four of you on camera at once at some point.
I can try. Yeah, I can try to.
I'm gonna see. The album, if we could do something like that, I think that would be really great to have all four of you on at the same time. I know it's maybe a little logistical nightmare, but I leave it in your capable hands. If you think it can be done, I'm game to do it.
Hey,
I'll try.
So with Patrick and I, we were going to try to make this like a weekly thing, talk about different things, and probably somewhere. So when's your CD coming out?
Mine, it's going to be coming out the 7th of November. The digital comes out, and then probably about a week or two after that. So maybe like the middle of November.
Okay. So that's not that far away.
No.
We could probably arrange to have you come on, for Pat and I too. We could talk a little about the CD and what's the release, and
that'd be great.
Just take 5-10 minutes of your time, come on there, tell everybody where they can get it, announce it. And Pat, I don't know if do you have any of the music at all?
I do.
You're coming in.
I do. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we hear you fine.
Okay, sorry. I've been playing with this DJ shit, so I don't know.
I know. I saw you on there. I give you a like on one of your videos. I give you a like.
Coming on, Pat.
I can't stay long. I got to take a shower.
No. Yeah, cool. Anthony's going. Mark's going. I'm going to head off too. It's about the other 3, 4, 5 minutes. We'll probably be gone.
My stream to go till about 8 anyhow, and we're getting close.
I was telling Mark, I guess in a couple of weeks, he's going to be releasing his CD. He's going to come out for his new record. I said, Mel, you could probably come over on Sunday afternoon, me and Pat, and maybe next week or two down the road, and we might be able to play a little of the music maybe and talk to Mark about his record.
I have one of his albums.
Copyright strike for playing Mark's.
Well,
sound good, Patrick? Sound like an idea?
Yeah, I have one of his albums already.
CD as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So I can promote it.
Yes, of course. So yeah, I'll get a few
guys.
But
I don't play CDs on my stuff. So. Only vinyl.
Yeah. Well, vinyl.
Only vinyl rips.
Yeah. Here, echo.
Yeah, the vinyl will be in January, but I look forward to hearing it on CD until then.
Yeah.
Right, but we're going to talk about when the CD comes out. We're going to probably talk because it's not till January when the record comes out, and you can have Mark. But you're doing another 100 again?
Yes.
So that'll be down. That's down the road enough. We could probably have you back and say the record's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You probably have one to show, from your end.
Yeah. So
and
like
we
I
could
said,
do the vinyl release.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I mean, obviously.
Me too. It's for promotion for you. It's good music too. So
sure.
It is.
Thank
and
you.
we get like a great star for our show. We
can talk about the whole pressing process and how we go from mix down to mastering to who's mastering your stuff.
I master all my stuff.
He's a one man show. He's got every talent in the book.
The only thing I'd
like to take a look about your studio and stuff, what you got behind you in your room. That's what I'd like. I'd be curious to see how you got everything patched together.
Yeah, I mean, when we do that, I'll do it because I mean, people have asked me that as well, like what do you use and stuff like that.
Because I see all this stuff around you, and I'm assuming you're in your studio. So
Yeah. This is my main little studio room. So
Got
Okay,
guitars
guys.
hanging over there. Yep.
I got to get
Good to
going.
see you. Good to see you, Mark.
Good to
All
see
right.
you, Mark. We'll talk
good
to you
luck.
later.
make sure you don't listen to Tormato this week.
I won't.
And Pat and Ron, your show is tomorrow at 4:00, correct?
It is.
And
So there was a
now,
bit of
is
a.
it just
sorry.
going to be you two, and you're not letting anybody else on? Are you just going to be you two?
Yeah, we're just going to try to keep it him and I, because we've tried this before. We're talking about a certain subject. We've got a lot of people in the comments. They're driving the show. They're asking a whole bunch of really cool questions. And then you got Macca. Somebody comes on, wants to talk about Paul McCartney, and the whole thing just goes.
It's
goes
like
to
I've
shit.
done in a couple of my streams where I had particular guests, and I wanted just to keep it to those guests because we had a particular discussion, like Naz and I with the gold.
Yeah, that's so.
But
that's
just
what we're gonna try
like
to
we
do.
just said, we can get Mark on there. We can get you on there if we want to talk about newer stuff coming out and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
but
We'll
when you
have
guys
guests
go
come
on
on.
tomorrow, you'll be just you two. I mean,
Just
I'll
for
come
the
by if
start
you
of
wanna
it,
let-
yeah.
If you want to let me on, great. If not, I'll hang out in the peanut gallery.
So-
and
Yeah,
sit
So-
back.
it's just
so
going to be us two.
One thing that
Yeah.
came up today in Rachel's stream.
Unless somebody
I-
wants to just come in for a minute and say hello, how's everybody
I'll
doing?
come
But
in,
I don't
no,
know.
I'll come in and check
That's
you
up to
guys out.
Patrick.
I'll be in the peanut
We'll
gallery.
we'll wing it.
One thing that came up today that I wasn't aware of was that Doc Dawkins' stream is at the same time as ours. So I told him, that it was my fault and that, we'll let it run this week. But if we end up killing his stream, that we'll move ours to a different time going forward.
Well, Van on Wheels will be over there supporting Doc Dawkins.
Oh, I
and
know,
so
but
that'll
I've
be
never watched the Doc Dawkins stream.
I mean, he'll have a whole different group of people,
a
but
whole different group of people.
But I mean,
exactly.
he brought it up, and then I said, you know what, dude, that wasn't on. He said, Ron Beaudry's doing a stream. I said, look, I set the time. It's on me. It's not Ron's fault. It was about 1:00 when we talked about it, and I said, hey, 1:00 will be about 8, 9 Europe. We can do it then, so we can get European people. I didn't even think about his stream, so.
I don't even know about his stream.
I don't want to
know
hurt
he does
anybody's
something on
feelings. or
Sunday,
anything.
whatever, but I don't know the time, and I didn't know it was he does a show every Sunday.
He does it every Sunday, so I mean.
I don't
just
pay
said-
attention.
I know. I mean, I said, hey, look, man,
I've never seen his show. I don't think I even subscribed to him.
if it kills your stream, we'll work around it, but I don't think it will, because I think you'll get Beetle Brad and Mayo and Van on Wheels.
Those people don't come over to our channel.
I mean, I was there last week, and that's who was there, and Jack's Tracks, so I mean, that's who was there. No one else really, and
They
Rachel
don't
was there.
come over here.
Yeah, so I don't think we'll have any real overlap.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Dead Wax is saying that Doc is all Beetle people, anyways.
But he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I like him. He's a very nice guy.
I don't think I've ever been to his channel. I know people talk about him, but I haven't been to his channel. There's so many
Well,
channels,
see-
it's hard to keep up with them all.
Van on Wheels was over on Doc Dawkins' show, and then Rachel come over there, and then Van followed Rachel, and then that's how Van found me, was because of Rachel, and that's how, because Van doesn't subscribe to my channel. Doc Dawkins, Rachel,
Subscribe
then
to
on
my
to me.
channel. Yeah.
Right, and then on to Mr. Davis Winchester now. So
That was funny last night, man. I'm sitting there, and it's like Davis on one side, and Van's the co-pilot, and it's like, and then that guy Sean is in the peanut gallery. And that's all that was there at first. But when I went to bed, Lavelle was in there. Oh, look, Aqualung, sweet.
no, what I'm just saying, that's like
Subscribe to
Van.
my channel.
Yeah.
That's like the Van shot,
to
right?
my channel. Subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe to all my channels. But when I went to bed, Lavelle was over there, and I can't remember if somebody else was there. when I went
Oh,
to bed.
okay. I never bothered to check. Yeah, because we had a lot of people over last night on the show.
Yeah, I mean, it gets to the point where there's too many people on screen, and it's impossible to hear anything. And I just kind of like, okay, man, you guys go do your thing, man.
For the most part, it was pretty good. It wasn't a lot of people talking on top of other folks. It was pretty
Well,
good.
Macca was here, and that's
Last night it got to be pretty much a mess on your stream. I was playing my Deep Purple because I couldn't get a word in edgewise, and it was just like 8 guys all talking at once. So it got pretty messy for a while there.
Yeah, so I kind of check out when that happens. I'm just kinda like,
That's what I
okay.
mean. I just muted myself, listened to some music, let it play out.
I'm not gonna be a downer and start bitching about it. I just
No.
You guys
People
have
get
a good
excited,
time, and
they're having a good time. But sometimes it just becomes so many voices at once. You know what I mean? When you're listening to it.
There's a guy down here who has a question. So to answer the question, all you have to do is if you're not subscribed to my channel is called Ron Beaudry. You just go over to my channel. I have an announcement. I made a video. I talk all about it. It's like a minute and a half long.
You should have scheduled. You should have scheduled it so people could set a reminder. Because that's the cool thing about scheduling is people can set a reminder and they'll actually get notified.
Yeah, that's like I did. I put my scheduled thing up yesterday for this stream today.
Right. So. Well, I haven't done it yet. You sent me that kind of link deal.
Yeah, all I got to do, Ron, is put the link up. You can do it tonight, even. I mean,
I need to do that.
Yeah, go into your StreamYard, go create broadcast, but where it says create broadcast, if you look down, it says schedule, and then you just have to put the day. You just put the day and time.
And then it notifies all your subscribers, and then they can set a reminder.
You put the thumbnail picture in there, and then it'll go up, and of course everybody gets the notification. So yeah, I would do that tonight, like after you go before you go on Caps.
Yeah, it's easy to
do. Just create the stream now, because then you just have to go live.
It's marketing, Ron. It's marketing.
Marketing.
Well, got to get clicks.
So far, there's been 455 people looked at the video. So there's 450 people that know about it. So I'd be lucky if I get 40 people watching it.
That'd be good. I'd be happy with 40 people.
Yeah, and there's 455 folks viewed the video. So I mean, that's a lot of. But I will do that reminder thing too. That's a cool idea.
Yeah,
as much stuff you can do is going to help. So
we're gonna have a super chat, Dead Wax. So save your money and get ready to pump.
Yeah, super chat. That's what I'm talking about.
It's gonna be the Ron and Patreon.
It's going to be talking about a Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah.
Pat and Ron. That's what it's going to be. The Pat and Ron.
It's the Patreon.
Hey, I'm just riding on Ron's subscribers' coattails. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, we got to take advantage of what we got, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We haven't even planned the show. We're just going to wing it. We're going to, but
I could wing it for 4 hours talking about music. Easy, no problem.
Right. Hopefully, I can wing it for at least an hour. But anyway,
I can wing it. Yeah, I can go on and on and on.
So we're going to come up with some types of, like we've got a couple shows now around Mark. So, we can schedule stuff like that in. And as we talk about
I'm
more
serious.
things.
I want to interview Kevin Gray. I want to somehow get if we start to get this thing rolling and get people, I really want to interview Kevin Gray.
My cousin suggested that we get a hold of Chad Kasem and we have a bunch of questions for him.
Say, look, motherfucker, I spent a lot of money with you, son of a bitch.
Right.
Ron and I spent lots of money with you.
We gotta get him in and we gotta butter him up and say how great he is and makes great records. And then, by the way, what's going on? What's around the corner?
What's up with those 45 RPM plates you got sitting around?
Well, I don't want to be mean to the guy, but yeah, we got to watch all that because I would really like to grill his ass a little bit. But of course, you can't.
I'd like to say, hey, man, can you start repressing those Led Zeppelin classic reissues?
Yeah, he'll say no. We can't get any rights to that stuff because Atlantic's making money right now pressing their own stuff.
You got Aqualung.
You would think if you paid a little extra but it's a big company, it's hard to do. But
I'd be interested to hear what the process is and if they were going to go about doing it, what would they have to do? I would be interested in hearing about that.
It's a question, the question answer might be obvious, but we don't know. The answer would be interesting.
Nobody ever asked those questions. So
that's what people want to know.
Here's a question for you guys. This is an interesting question. Christopher Peterson says, favorite Swedish record?
The only Swedish bands I really know, I think, are ABBA and is Skullfist Sweden? Probably a metal band that I'm.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of. Is Nightwish Swedish or they're Finnish, aren't they?
Let's see. Who else is? Anglagard, I've heard.
Yeah, I know a Finnish band I like a lot.
Roxette, I like. The Cardigans. That's about it. Avicii.
We got somebody coming into the stream.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Fusion Art. Very nice T-shirt.
Sweet.
Hey, Ron.
Hi.
Welcome, Fusion Art. I don't think.
Can you hear us?
I don't think I've met.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Can you hear me?
We hear you fine, loud and clear.
I
Oh,
don't
good.
think I've met Fusion Art.
Well, you just
I've
let
been watching
strangers on your
all
stream.
you guys.
Stranger danger, stranger danger. Sorry.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Yeah. Yeah, I've been watching all you guys for months, and
I guess he's got his YouTube tab open still.
Have you got your YouTube tab open?
Yeah, close YouTube and then just
You can't.
Just,
You only have to have the StreamYard only, nothing
Yeah.
else.
kill the
No,
YouTube
no other
tab.
tabs open. You'll get a lot of feedback. He's like, "What's going on?"
Everyone does it. Trust me. It's everyone's everyone's first day.
Yeah, just close your YouTube and keep your StreamYard.
Yep.
but
We can hear you.
Can hear you. Say something.
Well, he's fine. He's got his headphones on. That's why we're not getting the feedback, but he's getting it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting it. Yeah, just close YouTube and keep StreamYard only.
That's
That way
the
you don't get
magic.
Feedback.
That is the magic.
Yeah, you'd think there'd be a little reminder
Warning.
on the StreamYard.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Tell
can
can
give
me-
the
tell
feedback
people
on my end.
We're not
You know,
getting any
you're
feedback
fine
from
for
you.
us.
You're fine over here.
You're fine.
Oh,
for us.
okay.
So you're good now?
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
As long as you're only hearing one voice and it's not repeating itself and all that gets really mixed up. And it's a bit of time delay and it gets really confusing.
Can't. This is God. Stop playing with yourself. Sorry, that's from what was that movie? was that the real? What was that movie with?
You've been
Val
watching,
Kilmer?
how long have you been watching my channel? Have you been watching my channel at all? Mr. Fusion Art?
We got
I
a
think
little
he's still lagging.
we got a little Maca lag going on here.
A little lag, maybe.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I've been watching for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we
And
just have a lag.
I was telling you that about that record.
Which record?
The Angel Egg?
Gone? Must be really
No, the record
bad.
store in St. Augustine.
Oh, Florida.
Oh, you mentioned that last night. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, you're in
No.
Central Florida.
Right. It's called Tone Vendor.
Oh, Ron was drunk last night.
Yeah, a
No, I
little bit.
remember that stuff, but I was. Yeah, I'm not going to deny that at all. The way I feel today, I had to be. I'm going to write the name down. Tone what?
Okay, guys, I gotta go take a shower because I'm going out to dinner.
Okay.
So,
What was the name of the store
nice
again?
meeting you,
Tone?
Frisian Art.
Tone Vendor.
See
Oh,
y'all
Tone
maybe
Vendor.
later
Okay,
tonight
cool.
or tomorrow.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll see you later tonight. You gonna drop by Caps?
Tone?
I got to turn it off on the Tone Vendor.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. I wasn't able to. I've been trying to figure out how to do this, and but my old laptop was 25 years old, so I put that to the side and went to Best Buy today and got some gear, and now I'm able to. See, I'm still.
Yeah, I know. Been there, done that. It's like my computer. I can't use my computer to stream. YouTube doesn't run good on it. The processor's old. I mean, I'm like an iPad and iPhone guy now. I have no real use for my laptop, my desktop computer anymore. Everything I do is on my phone or on my iPad. Ron, you stream from your computer, right?
From my laptop, yeah.
From your laptop, yeah.
It's just easier because I don't have to, I set the thing, I move my little screen back, the camera's there, it sets up, and I can sit at my desk and I can talk about stuff.
Yeah, my desktop computer's too old to really.
Oh, so you got
Then
a
I've got-
desktop?
Then I've got this microphone I plug in and I put that on my right here in front of me. So it's handy to have. And I got a lamp on my desk that's got some light coming towards my face, so that helps a little bit.
Yeah, and my laptop I gave to my daughter because she's doing, online schooling.
Right.
So she's got my laptop now for online schooling. So I just have my phone and my iPad these days, which is all I need. You know, it does the job. So I wonder if Cap has started his stream yet. Yeah, looks like his Beer Times Halloween party has officially started.
Okay.
And I said I would end my stream when beers went online, so that
Okay.
so we can all head over there. Party stream jump. We're doing stream jumping tonight.
So I wanted to talk to Mr. Fusion here a little
Absolutely.
second, then we can go.
Sure.
There's a guy, you might know him, Prog Hat. He's been one of the guys kind of kicking around on here too.
Yeah, I've been talking to Prog Hat.
Okay. So he watched a few of my, my newer videos. And then I guess he watched another one. And I said to him, he made a comment. And I said, listen, I've got a lot of videos on there, not the ones where I talk about I'm just showing records kind of in the middle, but the ones where I'm kind of sitting at my desk, the older ones. There's a lot of those where I talk a lot about records, and I found out a lot of cool information about stuff. And I all those videos are very informative. There's a lot you can learn from that. I said, you might want to go back, and I guess he dropped off, and revisit some of those old videos, because, there's a lot. And so he did that. He said, wow, really interesting. Some of that old stuff on there. So we're done, buddy. I guess we're going to go.
Done. Yeah, I guess it's, what time is it now? It's just after 8. I've been on for 3 hours.
Right.
Thank you to all my guests that dropped by today. Naz Nomad, Mark from Project Gemini, Ron Beaudry, Vinyl Archivist Pat,
Right.
Fusion Art. Who else came on today? I can't think.
And the reason I didn't come on earlier is I don't have anything Halloween at all related, nothing.
No worries.
I had nothing to share at the first part of the show.
Oh, we talked all sorts of stuff. We talked a little bit.
I know. That's why when I came back, I noticed that the topic had changed. I said, well, okay, I'll stop in here and I'll say hello.
Yeah, we talked.
And thank you very much for having me on. I really enjoyed it.
And thank you for coming. You're always welcome to come to my streams.
Right.
I love having you. And yeah, we talked a little bit of Halloween music. We talked about Sean Connery, of course, today.
Right. I saw that. And I said, beautiful records. I put a comment in there and you didn't even say it. Thanks, Ron.
No, I didn't see it. And I've been watching the chat. I don't know how. Maybe I had the top chat on for a while. And that stupid top chat sometimes hides a lot of people's comments.
Yeah, it would hide mine if it's top chat. It would hide all my stuff because I'm not in the top.
I don't get what determines top chat from live chat.
I just do live chat. I didn't even know there was a top chat.
Yeah, well, by default, when you look at it, it shows top chat, and you got to click that little.
You know what? Before I forget, I'm going to go and I'm going to do that StreamYard thing so I don't forget.
Yeah. Make your little you'll see when you go in create broadcast.
I'm going to do it.
Schedule it. You put your little thumbnail picture and do all that, and away you go.
All right.
See you on Captain's stream tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. My stomach's feeling. I just had 8. My stomach's a little queasy.
Yeah, I'll just take it easy, my friend.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Happy
Halloween, Anthony.
Happy Halloween, everybody. And thank you, everybody, for coming to my Halloween live chat. That was fun. We went for 3 hours. No shortage of things to talk about. And I'm going to end it here. It's 10 past 8. I'm going to end my Halloween stream, and I'm going to go and visit Captain Spaulding over at his stream for the little bit of Halloween party he's having over there. So I'm going to head over there. Thank you, everybody that came. We had a good turnout. We were mostly running in the 20 numbers for quite a while there. And happy Halloween, everybody. Thanks for coming. I appreciate everybody that comes on stream and comes in the Peanut Gallery. It's great to see you all. I hope you all have a great Halloween. And I'll see you in my videos on AGK's Vinyl Life, in my weekly videos, or in my next live stream. And don't forget to look me up on Instagram at AGK_Lifetime of Vinyl, where I try to post a spin of the day every day. And that's it. That's all. Take care, everybody. Happy Halloween.